easy competition. They beat Ents, Rhino, and Koi.
Oh.
Right. So names that we know. If you're not sure with Rhino, they're the Portuguese team. They're essentially Saw's farm team. They used to be known as FTW, at least
okay.
a few of the players there. So, yeah, taking a look at today's matchup, again, GamerLegion are my favorite, and I would imagine the bookmakers' favorites as well.
I'm intrigued to see.
Oh, we're live.
We're going to start soon. We absolutely are going to start soon as we get ourselves situated on Anubis. First map of this best of 3 with elimination at stake. We've got Vault, probably the most tenured member on this roster in terms of experience in the major circuit. And he's going to have his first surge towards B main. Doing this alone for information and could be misinformation unless he clears this hard corner. Doke does go down. It's a nice opener, and I believe Bloggis gets his name in the feed early.
Well, B is completely open for business right now. 2 players pushing A main, 2 crawling through middle. GamerLegion are going to have to find a timing on this because the site's about to be lost.
Ooh, not the perfect weapon for the job. The dual Berettas unable to convert. Lovely shots. Levy gets himself a couple on the P2.
Right, bomb going down. They've swarmed towards CT spawn and planted for themselves. So UNiTY looking strong out the gates. A 2v4 retake of the B bomb site is going to be difficult. I want people to keep their eyes on Flamus throughout. Maybe not in this pistol round, but he likes to pop off, has a bit of energy, spots out one. Now he's noted and should be dealt with. Beautiful work, Mikey, with the final kill and the first round for UNiTY. Now, we did touch on the stakes for the losing team, obviously eliminated. And look, I would say GamerLegion have the namesake of the org, right? And you mentioned Volt, ZTR. People should be familiar with some of these names. Slend is an upcoming AWPer. I know throughout the tournament break that there were top teams interested in his services, but the buyout maybe being a little bit too steep for the justification. UNiTY, on the other hand, mentioned the Czech representation. For them being at an event like this, an opportunity, this is what all Counter-Strike players dream of. And as next year's changes that we speculate about, who knows if they'll be able to find themselves in a position like this again. So, gotta give it your best shot.
Just make the most of this opportunity, for sure.
Cheeky little mid-door boost. I don't think I've seen that one before. I'm not even sure how much action it's going to get because the molly will flush them back. As you can see, this level of investment from UNiTY. Not going to be the force buy for GamerLegion. So molly smoke combo to take the mid control, and the stack actually re-envisioned. Mikey, you ready for this?
Yep, is the answer. A resounding yes, I am. 4 kills, farms up some cash, $2,400 earned from that Mac 10, and Bloggis couldn't quite achieve the same goal. It's actually Flamus who does track him nicely, gets the body shot finish.
Mike can get the ace now.
Yeah, that's true. He's really not going to force the issue, though. He know he's well aware that Flamus is capable of finding a second frag here with that Mac 10. Don't want to give him any extra cash. And it's Mikey's ace. Takes it comfortably, handling those USPs in middle.
Yeah, well, the stats will still count, but a full eco bash, it's going to be definitely something to send him towards the tippy top of the scoreboard, traditionally where he finds himself for this UNiTY roster. K1 kind of feels like a Formula 1 race. I know nothing about Formula 1, but they're on the K1 track.
Oh,
or,
I see you. Yeah. It sounds like a supplement to me. Don't forget to take your K1.
That's true. It might actually be. But beautiful work there. As far as finances are concerned, 10 just getting all the work done. Looks like we have a bit of a technical timeout ensuing, so give us a moment. It will be the purchases for GamerLegion. The odds on your screen, and yeah, you can understand why it would favor the more of the household name.
Yeah. I've been enjoying. I haven't been following GamerLegion's journey, avidly, but I have kind of partially through Ash's content, learning a little bit more about some of their vertigo tendencies in particular, which will be our second map, and maybe something I'll save until then.
For sure. I think if people are interested in more analytical type of content, it's tough with coaches, right? Because it's a bit of a mystery. You don't want to give away your trade secrets. So when you talk to these guys on broadcasts or on podcasts, they don't tend to give away too much, right? They're going to give away a little bit. Ash goes a little bit more in depth. And even in games where talk about conditioning, right? And there's some good concepts that people can go and learn a little bit more about.
Yeah, I agree. It must be a real kind of tightrope you have to walk where you want to demonstrate your knowledge and share it, and make it entertaining, which it certainly is, while simultaneously not, doing it a disservice to your players.
Yeah.
But what I think is most valuable about some of that content is that he introduces concepts and puts names to them.
Okay.
Which I think is really valuable for just so you can continue to develop and discuss it with your teammates, you know, your friends.
Sure.
It's hard to have conversations about Counter-Strike without the right words sometimes, and establishing concepts is something that Ash has been doing well, at least in my mind.
No, I remember with Malik, actually, when G2 went international, he was asking for an English word that would be to do with like knock and run, essentially, right?
Like cherry knocking, I
right?
see, yeah.
So, and that kind of a term of how they could use it, because in French they had a term, but they were looking for something that they could use.
Succinct, one word,
right?
blah, yeah.
But there's also, it comes down to a lot of different factors. Like if you're in a number advantage on the CT side, like the concept of playing for information, not committing to duels so you can play as a team is something that would be nice to have refined and defined in terminology. It looks like everything's sorted. It was Mikey there that we caught on the cam having a conversation with the admin team, but everything is sorted now. Mac-10's carried through, and AWP donated to Bloggers. Let's see if he can get that one ripping early. 2-1-2 start. This might mean A main aggression. Torsen will block the incendiary for now, and actually posturing forward. The position of Slen to set him up with a flash. So yeah, there was an A main Lear, but Flamus over towards Connector is, well, going to get first blood very easily.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a misstep there from Feeder.
Yeah, that's just hoping that you subvert an expectation and waltz on through while they're not looking. That's not the way you want to give up an opening death.
I wouldn't have even minded it if it was a Mac-10 and he was behind it. You know, that would have been more justifiable. Instead, we've got Slen finding another, this time smoke spam onto Levy. And I haven't watched it, so I can't make it. But I'm sure there's some references about Titans and being attacked.
Yeah, but I think he's called Levi.
Oh. Yeah, we can't do that. Unless we call him...
But we could be the Levy has broken.
Oh, yes. He's pushed the Chevy to the Levy. And it was dry, I guess.
Yeah.
There's another one as they're fighting their way back into the B side. Pekin making this... Oh, what the bloody hell's Mikey doing? Just assumes it's clear. The Dents is back and punished by Volt. But now with the bomb down, Pekin and Bloggis. No, make it just Bloggis. AWP, and I think he's thinking twice about even making a play for this. Would rather have the AWP into the next, and that's a wise and informed decision.
Everyone's favorite four-letter word.
Save. Gets away with it, I think. No one's going to be pushing the issue.
See if they can scavenge some of these M4s into anything juicier on the ground.
Like it is tough because, you know, it's a 10-second defuse, but in a 1v4, it kind of is. The logical conclusion is save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's mainly because of the AWP. He actually could have been dropped one by Pekin in the next round, but playing the long game.
Especially when it's your first. Don't want to lose it straight away.
It's called a tech again, so potentially some of these issues they were just having persisting. We'd love to get these ironed out ASAP so that they can focus in on the game. So it's better we do it early.
Yeah, I mean,
then it comes in late when we're in some of those crunch rounds.
Especially when you're also kind of, you know, relatively new to an environment like this.
For sure.
I imagine you have to get used to kind of voicing your concerns. I'd probably sit there and kind of suffer in silence if I didn't have an experienced teammate saying, bro, if this is happening, you say something.
Well, we're not as harsh on this these days as we once were, but back in my day, says Grandpa over here, the biggest insult you could possibly get was being called an onliner. Yeah. A cheater kind of came across as a compliment if you weren't cheating, but you could have been. And that kind of plays into the onliner tag, is we're not sure what's going on in your bedroom at home. Yeah. And, you know, the old joke of, you know, sipping your Coca-Cola, I think that one came out from Cold Zero and the Brazilians, right? The fact is, you're in such a comfortable environment, somewhere that you feel safe to play your best CS, somewhere that you do your best work, because there's no distractions, there's no worry, the pressure isn't there, but this is in the environment where your teammates are around. This is probably next best, right? You're not sitting and yelling at the opponent, you don't have to see them, cameramen aren't going to be in front of your desks in your face. There's still distractions to deal with, but it's the environment. Is the chair right? Is the table height there? Did I make sure I noted how my keyboard's at home? At home, do I have some weird and freaky setup with a pull-out drawer, right? There's all of these things that factor in, and when you're someone coming to LANs for the first times, LAN cafes used to have different setups, but these days we have somewhat more standardized. I think the desks need to be about like 1.2 to 1.4, right, in terms of their width, right? Yeah. So that's so you can get your keyboard, your big mouse pad on. Most players have come to the conclusion, especially for tier 1 big events, that the tables are adjustable height-wise so that you can fit that perfectly. And then it's about having the quality of peripherals, and that's definitely going to be the case. I think these monitors are like $510 20 hertz or something insane. So the PCs as well are beasts. They've got I guess it's like the second or third best processor now because the new one just came out. But the graphics cards, I'm pretty sure, were 4080s.
XDs and all that.
Right, exactly. So they've got everything they could hope for, but getting comfortable in that environment for players who aren't used to it, that's a factor within itself. And that's where, like, rituals, I'm wearing the underwear, these lucky socks, we won a big game, I'm going to wear the same jersey until we lose. All of these silly things that play in your head to make you feel more comfortable tend to exist. But it looks like we are having a problem with sound, Bloggers has reported in the server.
Yeah, well, one of the things that, speaking of sound, is the in-ears, which I know for if playing at home, I'm not doing in-ears and putting another quite a tight noise-cancelling headphone over the top of it.
Yes.
I'm very easily distracted by discomfort. I take all the labels out of my shirts and stuff like that. So with the idea of having my ears kind of having those in-ears pressed into my ears, I'd almost encourage them to be doing it at home, growing accustomed to it at home before you get to this kind of environment.
I've noticed with some of the Chinese teams before when we've seen them playing in online events in Europe that they will play with in-ears and not over the, no headset over the top. But we are back underway. Looks like the sound issue has been sorted. Mikey's going to get back into a MAC-10. Pekin will be able to buy with it. There you go. So he could drop the AK. I was going to say that didn't necessarily have to be the move. So a full buy for UNiTY going into round number 4.
Chad, I've done some analytical work. So far, the team that finds the opening kill has won the round.
All right. Well, we'll keep our eyes on that.
Thank you very much.
Feeder gave away a freebie in the previous. This time he's going to be starting more passive towards B.
Maybe that's saved all.
Yeah, well, posting up with the... He did go back into the MAC-10, so... There was the ability to have AKs for everybody. Let's see if this plays into the call. UNiTY are starting in a default spread. Here you go. Pekin playing close up towards connector with the MAC-10. That's what you wanted to see in the previous.
Very powerful weapon at this kind of range, clearing out those corners, staying mobile, and even clearing into Glyph can be... Ooh, hang on. Flamus, dangerous game. Incendiary blocked himself there. Bloggers, then he backed into the wall, takes some necessary damage. The hate sheet looks like it will chip away at Pekin as well. Oh,
second for good measure. Look at that.
Fair play. That's a nice response. That Incendiary into the double nade has both of them looking a little worse for wear.
Slen's on the long rotation back through spawn to support the B bomb site, but the bomb is down. You can see it on the radar top left of your screen. Will be scooped up. Feeder will grab that. And now they need to look for the finish. Smoke's available, flashes as well, and gravitating towards connector. Heading towards B. It looks like GamerLegion are reading this one.
And Flamus has been very well. Oh, I was going to say, aware. Still a missed shot from Bloggers. He got given a gift of a walking CT into your crosshairs. And instead, he goes down. So should be shaping up for a GamerLegion round. Mikey in mid could hang on, be overlooked. DTR could clear. And Towson as well, putting his name in the feed. So just feed up. 20 seconds up against 4. This is exactly how the last round went down, and we ended up saving the AWP. Doesn't look like Feeder's got that option here. $0 in his bank account, but now finds himself the first. Takes down Towson on A. Heaven player, though, and planting for Heaven. DTR collects. Thank you very much. An AK-47. And a second round for GamerLegion.
Curious to see what the buy looks like for UNiTY with the 5.6k on Pekin right now. So do they want to try Hero AK? I think everybody else will have to be limited with the loss bonus starting to build now on the T side, 2,400 into the next. But to level out the finances, he could donate. There it is. It is going to be the Hero AK. So just try and keep GamerLegion a little bit humble. But this is something we were doing all through the Americas RMR, and we'll do the same. Map like Anubis. Yeah, definitely T-sided. Yeah, right.
I was kind of second-guessing myself. Maybe Flamus released the walk key, started to accelerate, and no, that is a... I can't...
You've got to be hitting those, yes?
Yeah, I can't say that, Chad, you can.
But when you're given opportunities like this, you need to be able to convert them. So Pekin onto Flamus this time round will not make the same mistake. The Hero AK already reaping the rewards. Oof. Peter peppered through the smoke by Volt. What's the response? Calling ZTR over. He's going to play on the B site, so likely to see some form of aggression. With B main smoked, it is quite difficult to go for the clear because you need to worry about 180 degrees. And while they're trying to grab this space back, Pekin and Co are taking middle. A main blocked, pressure on Towson if they split A.
Mikey throws out some mid-pressure. Smoke towards the temple side. ZTR's reaction is necessary. We'll throw out the incendiary towards camera. Slow their crawl towards Towson. A flash just to delay them further. DTR, no, never mind! He pushes through on the flash and it's given them a way in. Oh dear. Towson, Volt, step up, deliver, lovely multi-kill. The crossfire, impossible to break. Bloggis late, comes in through, tucks into the fishtail and has been overlooked by Volt. Small window of opportunity here for Bloggis to come up clutch, but Slenzorp now holds that bomb, and Slen's not going to miss a walking opponent.
Recovered. GamerLegion, that one was a little bit dicey, but UNiTY after those frags, they hit the accelerator, and they're the ones who got chewed up, spat out. GamerLegion will take the lead. That was obviously just the lighter investment with this hero AK and its opening. ZTR with a risky maneuver, but gets all the information.
Yeah, I mean, there I am surprised that ZTR's done it, but it does lead to a very informed crossfire on A. Very nice indeed.
Bringing the energy in the room, which is nice to hear. And well, again, it's going to be the 2-1-2 of the defense. So GamerLegion, last time round they did this, they actually offered up a bit of a main aggression with a Towson look. This time round it was more of a mid-centric block, and well, it seems to be the right call. Double mollies mid, they're going to push on through the pressure there. We'll force Towson back for now. It's the AWP of Slen joining him on A.
Yeah.
It's good real estate to have early, right? It does apply pressure and potentially keeps the CTs isolated. It also could force them into a knee-jerk info play reaction. Do they push dark? Do they push out a B main? Well, right now, nothing. GamerLegion sticking to their guns. Faith in Slen, spots him on the jump, and oh, felt like he had Levy through the smoke.
Think so. Now aggressing B main and spots them. Feeder confirms. They've pushed for info on B. I've taken down the AWP. At least Levy has on A. And so Mikey starts to activate. The absence of a rotation through middle implies he's got a bit of room to work with here and gets himself undetected to Cam.
GamerLegion is going to have a fair amount of players here to do this.
Yeah, third just getting over there as well. Volt arrives in time. Towson, shot, still moving. Beckin gone. Volt, nice headshot, catches the Levy advance.
And the flank will be quite quick as well.
Oh, but this is a power position for an AWP, but deep heaven smoke. Oh, that's going to sow some seeds of doubt. Does it delay you, or do you brave it? Looks like they're going to edge towards it. Flamus coming in from main. Held by Bloggis. He has to hit this shot. If Flamus does jiggle and bait the shot, it's awkward. No, walking in. Bloggis, this time successful. Volt onto Mikey, though, and no one's ready for a second. Mikey the bait. Fidder the double. Lovely.
All right, well, we're going to tie things back up. Good round from UNiTY. That missed shot from Slen just getting punished. Span through the smoke. Levy with a fantastic opener. Catch this one again. Volt with some crackers on the AK, but not enough. And it's tough at that moment, you know, but you can look at what's available on the board to try and make the round a little bit easier. You're not going to leave that rotate all the way around back towards connector if you're GamerLegion, but Flamus did have a flash. Maybe get that flash into the site, facilitate a leak, but those are the details. Fewer missions in the purchases. ZTR and Towson hamstrung P250 and MP9 to work with. So Flamus, Volt, and Slend, you turn to them to find the bigger output. Slen's AWP still posted in mid. Will be mollied back. Has to respect this.
Oh, he's brave. Nice work there from Levy. Controls and maintains control of A main. Volt going looking. Test for feeder. And yeah, in the open, doesn't find the initial damage, and attempt to punish with the HE's good. Right on the money. Volt
well blocked.
Does eat that one, but yeah, as you said, Dark Smoke retains control of B.
The A main setup has no baskets info. So if they do, I was going to say investigate. Speaking of that, Flamus. Oh.
Misinfo.
Yeah. Beckin is going to be a late piece as they reroute back to B.
This is a great call.
It's only one smoke on Bloggis because Peckham, unless he knows the canal smoke for the B side, won't be able to contribute anything. Is it left side? Is it temple? Without seeing the crosshair guys, I can't tell you where that one was going to go, but left side sight.
Still, I mean, yeah, they're going to have to play retake. Flamus, he's going to spam the smoke, but on the reload, perhaps getting across. Yep, bomb does. Levy punching in the bomb code. Spam, beautifully timed on the retreat from Levy. Flamus now getting flashed through. Ooh, this could hurt. Nice turn. Mikey covered by Bloggis. Big frags. Peckin as well. Double. Oh. And Volt goes down. It's all up to ZTR's flank now. Bloggis, he's responsible for it, but may have overlooked this higher elevation. It's a nice shot. Takes the headshot off. Or down. Recovers it. Mikey on jail. The nade looks good. Destined for damage. Pekin holding, Slend walking, time sensitive. Slend, you've got no time for this. He hits the first, would need this one instantly. Mikey was there and not able to hit the shot. Perhaps there was a kit attainable as well. Maybe it was within reach, but it cost them everything. And UNiTY take the round.
Yeah, and very important for UNiTY to put consecutive rounds on the board. It's going to break the finances of GamerLegion and essentially worth a third. So they are going to be able to secure, most likely, their 5th round. Looks like the biggest investment we'll see from GamerLegion is this flash for ZTR to try and enable a push across the map. There's also a smoke potentially from Flamus to block. So what can you get done in an eco round like this, GamerLegion? Might see an Ash timeout at the start of next round as well, just to have a conversation about how things are going to go forward.
All right, well, we're stacking A, and there is going to be a collision course set. Oh, good pop flash. Gets them both. That lead with a double kill. Disaster. Disaster has struck.
Not like this, boys.
Get out of there. Get out of there ASAP. But already, you know, they're going to start charging.
There's that smoke.
And it's working.
It's going to slow down this B scale.
He didn't push through that HE clear. So now Flamus. Ooh, work cut out for him to be cleared here by Feeder. Ivy already occupied. Scavenged away AK on Torsen late. Probably going to try and keep hold of that given the loss of 2 of his teammates now. So push from the dark side.
Feels like they've course corrected.
But this AK, as we discussed, still a threat. Cash's Feeder off the back of the plant. Mikey and Bloggis, what can you do? There is a smoke on Torsen now. Oh, good shot. Catches Slend just emerging from that smoke, but that smoke now obscures his view. Uncomfortable for UNiTY. Very uncomfortable. Both behind that smoke. Torsen spamming back. It's just a spam battle. Now Bloggis blocking in the smoke. Vault exposed. Clean headshot. Torsen making it expensive. And Bloggis at least pulls home the round. Coming down to a 1v1 though against just an eco, a flash and a smoke. It's very costly.
Yeah, it has some massive ramifications to the finances. Bloggis can drop one. Feeder could have bought himself. And, well, Mikey's going to operate with the MAC-10 again. It's where he got the ace on the full eco bash. But that lead that UNiTY were able to extend or have still extended, it gets a little bit wonkier now because of the damage being done. Got a lot with a very little here, GamerLegion. This is one of those scenarios where you feel that you could have won it after the opening exchange, but you remind yourself it was just that eco. And it is going to be a GamerLegion tactical timeout to get Ash on the mic. 4 or 5 rounds on the CT side is where GamerLegion will be looking to set the bar.
It's interesting that they went for the flash like into baskets as opposed to pushing out a main. It's an alternative version. Catches them just after they've taken that initial control, which is very nice. Worked out very well. Now UNiTY's map pick, and so this T-side haul has to continue.
I'm just trying to think, you know, what Ash would like to address. Obviously, it's sometimes good just to get poised, right? Just to take a moment to have a bit of a breather and you know, acknowledge, okay, that was an unlucky round, or we shouldn't have given away that opening pick.
Ooh, a chance for Levy. Good trade from ZTR.
Well, it was clear from that they wanted to go for A main aggression, so 1 for 1, blocked now, because you could see Slend was also in the site ready to set them up with a flash on that fight. Just came a little bit earlier than GamerLegion were ready for. So there's no knee-jerk immediate reaction in towards a bomb site. It's just UNiTY continuing to grab the realists out on the map to piece this better together. Understand where the CTs could be, but GamerLegion have been quite hefty on the rotations. That's helped out by some of their CT maneuvers for info. We've seen a few B pushes that have allowed them to get early rotations over towards A. This time round, it's the opposite. ZTR on an island towards the A site, GamerLegion calling the bluff and expecting the B finish, and this appears to be the right call. B main blocked with about 50 seconds on the clock.
Flamus, he's not shy. Looking to clear out this angle. Feeder's got his nades out. Pekin dead. Feeder going to be cleared out. Flamus still unable to convert. Gets him low. That's the bomb as well. Vault, if he can find him. Spam the smoke. It's going to be awkward. Feeder down. Pushing through is Mikey. Confident with that MAC-10 now upgraded. Takes Slend's M4 for a spin.
Time's the problem.
Bomb needs to be retrieved. This fight with Vault, he readies himself, needs to get it on. Does find some bullets onto Mikey. ZTR drops it in the smoke. Covers a little bit. Whoa, there was not much time to work with. An important kill from Bloggis. even more so from MOUZ, a double kill and 6, as well as humbling GamerLegion.
Yeah, that's actually a massive round to win. I thought that they had the right read, the push was good, the kills were there in their favor, the bomb's loose, and then they have to hold it, but ZTR hadn't noted, actually rotated back through middle as opposed to pushing A. Fenty has to Geronimo out of that window, and because he's late to it, they're already fighting from connector into water.
I mean, Feeder's kill there onto Flamus gives them a chance, and then MOUZ makes it around.
At that point, right, I guess
15 seconds.
ZTR wanted to be there, you know, 2 or 3 seconds earlier, just couldn't.
Ooh. Yeah, MOUZ's not going to force the issue. You have no idea other than one back sight. Doesn't want to be running in, giving a rifle. Bring an opening kill, send over the smoke, or rather under the smoke, not visible to Bloggis.
It's a good half from UNiTY.
Yeah, so far so good. All you need to do is not slip up against this partial investment. You've got yourself a really solid T-side haul.
Well, it did get a little bit dangerous with just those USPs, the flash and the smoke. So this one definitely packs a bit more of a punch.
And you're seeing it in their gameplay, more reserved here, slower. You've already got pecking across. They can't really force him out of that corner.
Oh, apparently it's too quiet for GamerLegion. They've evacuated the B bomb site, and that's the wrong call. We can see that UNiTY are just starting to set up with their execute. So the little bit of pressure that UNiTY just applied towards A, there was a HE, there was a smoke. It's forced a huge rotation. And considering GamerLegion have had some good reads with the rotations up until this point, this is the first one that seems like it's really falling flat.
Towson has a little bit of an opportunity onto MOUZ. Heard him coming, but MOUZ ready. Ooh, nearly had a multi-kill there. ZTR quick to trade, finds himself the AK. Can he get away? Keep the Cav, keep the AK, no. Long-range burst to the head. Levy, nice work. Punishes the absent helmet. Flamus finds himself in an uncomfortable position. There's...
Imagine if you had a kit and a smoke.
Yeah, oh yeah, it would have been grounds for a very crazy 1v4.
I say something like that. Imagine if GamerLegion had won all the rounds. You know, that may as well have just made a statement on those lines.
Okay, Bloggers. Yeah, under scrutiny for a second, Levy bails him out. So yeah, they survived what was always a threat. Up against 5-7s, I like that they were showing some restraint. And yeah, this half continues to be looking very promising for UNiTY on their map pick as well. With Vertigo next, dare I say it, it is compulsory to survive here.
Yeah, it does feel like this one would go the distance if UNiTY are able to pick up Anubis. I feel like if I'm GamerLegion, I want to go for an all-in aggressive play, you know, with like a flash and a dark push at the same time as a window push and A main ready to clamp down as well. But you know, if you get the next 2 rounds, you're still in a very good position. I love this from UNiTY. It's a complete change. It's not the default. They're setting up for an immediate A execute. This has intention. They just need to get past Towson, and he only has a smoke to block.
We're off to the races. MOUZ to flash them in. Not going to clear out the fountain position. Someone needs to check it. Peckin at least gets the trade. ZTR loses 80 points of health just to get past them through. The Molotov throws out a nade. But this bomb is going down. A lovely little pace change. Showing a diverse portfolio of plays.
Now they just need to hold on to it. GamerLegion, at what point do you call this off? That deep smoke again. MOUZ just gets to farm through this.
Lovely smoke. Volt's lucky to get away with his life there.
You call it off now. Really well done. Layering of util as well, right? Jumping up heaven after just a standard heaven smoke, it's kind of risky. Doing it in that fashion is giving UNiTY a whole lot more of a buffer to work with.
And it even has you second guessing, like you can't call cameras not occupied, you just don't know.
Precisely.
Don't know what's on that broken side.
Well, they're looking to take away the rifles, and that's a great shot from Levy. Flamus in the dirt. Loss bonus maxed on out. The final round of buys as Slend will get to retain his AWP. But hold your head high, UNiTY. More of this Czech representation. Obviously, we talked about Sinners, we talked about Eclot. Well, right now we've got UNiTY facing elimination. Potentially joining Rebels, who were sent home by Nemiga just before this series got underway. And look, if you're interested in the results from the mainstream, Harry and Hugo, short day at the office for those two. mute right now if you don't want to hear the result. I know some people like to watch games a little bit later. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Vitality taking care of business. We've got Vitality and MOUZ locked in now alongside the Mongols, Liquid, Pain, FlyQuest, Wildcard, Furia, Complexity, MIBR, Imperial, Rare Atom. That's 12 of the 24 teams confirmed.
Okay, we're halfway there. Leader. Ooh. Eats a nade.
Need something, GamerLegion. Like, I feel they need to salvage this round. Even if it's scrappy, even if it's one player lighting them up. Wow.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's not a lot of him, but he was visible through the smoke, just crouching into it. Mikey, a brave soldier. CTR tucks a little two-man setup here for a main. Is there going to be a recede? Slend calling for backup. Mikey through mid, trying to bait that off shot. Unable to do so. Good find from Slend. This final round, taking shape. Vlogis, good find back, takes down Slend. He's trying to stay dynamic. Pekin not clearing as Flamus walks into another. There's the bomb, the round is there. It's Flamus through the flames to finish. A fantastic recovery, but still 8-4. That is a statement half from UNiTY.
Yeah, I think they're going to be extremely happy with that, and I think they should be with the way that they had called it, right? There was some quite default heavy, but also the change of the execute in the final stages there of that. Nice to see. They also didn't trip over with any foot faults, right? That eco round, the 5-7 round, they were able to deal with those. So all in all, with the pistol, the conversions, pretty decent stuff. But that's not to say this isn't workable for GamerLegion. I still think with 4 rounds to their name, they can get back into this map in a big way. They're the ones now getting to dictate the tone as they switch on over to the attack.
I'm sure it's all personal preference, but I am intrigued what audio settings the professional players are running. Like, do they use the left-right isolation? Do you use perspective correction? What's the
it is tough, right? And some players believe in voodoo more than technology. So you look at someone who's still using launch commands, right? Someone who's still rocking a 4x3 res because they like the way it feels, right? So it has to be. That's why we always say with peripherals as well, personal preference. But surely there has to be a sound setting that's better than the others.
Right? Yeah.
There must be. Well, we need a sound guy to sort that one out. But this is looking like a technical pistol round from GamerLegion. We've got utility actually spread across 4 players, right? It is smokes and flashes, but still, it might be quite a layering. Are we just B rushing?
There's a lot of util being thrown towards B, and Slend jumps into the jaws of Fidda. Good shots, Mikey as well. USP, one tap now, Vlogis. Everyone hitting their shots with a USP, and what's CTR supposed to do? He can't do this alone. His partner, Volt, other side of the map, now spotted out by Pekin, getting flanked as well, running out of bullets and health. Wow, UNiTY, this is a very convincing pistol, just 1 casualty. And the 9th already there, starting their CT campaign with a pistol win. That's going to get the energy flowing in one direction more so than the other. GamerLegion, a B-rush call is not very common. You see that on a T-side pistol of Anubis, just straight up B-rushing.
And that's why I was a bit confused with the layering of the flashes. I didn't quite understand. Well, I guess it allowed it to be, one after the other after the other. It wasn't just one player necessarily having to stand there and lob them out. But yeah, it feels like a pretty flat approach, and smiles on the faces of some of the UNiTY players. They're very content with how things are unfolding. Setting up for something direct again. There'll be 3 players towards B to defend once more.
Powerful flash lineup here from ZTR. Same for Feeder. Throwing a flash, looking at his screen, does nail it. Bolts in. Flamus with him. Vlogis, very low HP, brave to be around that smoke during the spam. Actually does hit him lower. Just 2 HP for Vlogis. Maybe you can deliver that to a healthy member, Levy or Mikey.
I don't see a kit. Do you, Alex?
I don't. Makes this increasingly more difficult. Really, the second round force buy.
If they get trapped B main, they're just going to get smoked off.
Still no kit though, so don't know if they fancy their chance.
Look at all the smokes!
Smoke defuse. Spam. Everyone starts to unload and they find Pekin. They need to get on the defuse now. This is a very awkward way to lose the second round.
It's
all over. Spamming away at the bomb. Onto the pistols. Pushing smokes. It is theirs. GamerLegion are not giving this one over for free. A second round force bite. No plant in the first. Just Tech 9s.
Okay, well. They're able to put themselves back in the conversation. As long as they're able to walk past what will be the force buy behind the saves, they break UNiTY. Look at this with the smokes. I've never seen anything quite like it. And it works against them. They think, let's just block B main, everything else is cleared. And they just use that wall spam on through and snatch the round away.
Oh, Buchholz' scout. A quick dispatch of Flammers, a nice opening kill. ZTR finds himself close, but that nade's got his name on it. Down to 69. Nice.
I think if you dig into the X's and the O's with GamerLegion on this map, their T side, slightly their worst side. Now, the reason that I keep the conversation wide open is because I would put GamerLegion ahead of UNiTY as far as if we're talking in realms of Counter-Strike. Now, in terms of how much, well, that's debatable. I still think there's a chance for GamerLegion to work back into this. If they can pull themselves out of the 4v5 number disadvantage.
Spotted. Thanks, a lot of info. Fiddle realizes he's going to need some help here. Smoke thrown, likely to Temple. Actually divides the site. Facilitates the push out Dark. Feeder's back is turned. How is he not dead? A chance for Torsen. Wasted away now. Mikey allowed to find CTR as well. They've just got to find the last two. 30 seconds and that bomb is in need of a plant. Slend has it on his back. Torsen to try and hold control but loses his life, and now up to Slend. An impossible one, just trading blows here. An overwhelmed Peck in a big one. 10 for UNiTY. They fight straight back with a force of their own.
I take it back. I do put them in the same hemisphere of Counter-Strike.
Yep, okay. Well, it's short-lived, but I always appreciate someone that's willing to readdress.
Yeah, look, the name value.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or bark and bite.
Well, we haven't seen UNiTY at a major final.
Hey, that's very true.
So in terms of name value...
Yet, obviously. Yet. Now, Ash, he's not angry. He's just disappointed.
Guys, don't make me make content about this. Come on.
GamerLegion versus UNiTY at the RMR, where it all went wrong.
Yeah, or how to lose against a force buy. Flammer's getting picked off early, and I mean, crouching into a scout you knew about, certainly punishable. Feeder did a lot of work, gets that info onto ZTR. You know, that's also, I guess, in review, it's going to be, they can get that info safely, that the bomb is B. We've done something wrong.
Yeah, I think the options were still open at that point as well.
Sure.
So
well, I didn't see the time, but there was time.
Yeah. Okay, well, a couple of AKs, a couple of Tech 9s, and this time they try and search over towards A. Volt posted up to deal with Connector. Torsen, grenade. That's a hefty amount of damage.
Yeah, oh, it gets worse as well. Flammus gets caught by a little stray bullet from Mikey. So 100 damage dealt to just 50. Buchholz takes an early lick. This is an interesting call. This might very well be where UNiTY secure themselves in 11th, looking at their three-man hold of the A site.
Yeah, you wonder how this can go wrong. I guess if you put too much trust in the teammate that's holding the choke point and you get caught off guard, but both Levy and Buchholz are ready for the A main pressure. You two being lined up, execute moments away, bomb on Torsen. So if you get blocked and the two players of Flammus and Volt don't get in, you can cancel, but you're running out of time to pivot.
Here we go. And Buchholz gets away with the first, removes Volt. Tekin hoping that Levy was active on the angle, so Flammus has actually managed to open up the site. Slend with the bomb, needs to get across. Buchholz will allow it. CTR's here in the rotation. Mikey, will you clear it? Doesn't do so. Buchholz pushed. A nice trade. Mikey gets him. Will they worry about this flank or too little too late? Feeder clears him out. Shot! CTR, a messy one. And UNiTY make it 11. Oh, there were so many ways in which GamerLegion could have taken that. Flammus did everything to start. And maybe a little too much at the end there. Ooh, dear, from ZTR.
And you feel like that is about to be the map, don't you? 11-5 the scoreline, the loss bonus obviously towards the bottom of the barrel, considering we are just in the early stages of the second half of play. That was a force buy with some AKs and Tech 9s into the mix. And,
That's right.
well, trying to keep the mood light. GamerLegion, third tactical timeout. They will force buy again. They lose this, 12-5, 2,400 loss. It will be another buy that resembles exactly this. And UNiTY will be locking up their first map of the European RMR for Group A.
I think I've heard both, but which one would you say is the new Mirage out of Anubis and Ancient? You know, like which one's getting more play?
Josh would call Ancient Green Mirage.
Okay.
But when I'm pugging, I tend to go into more Anubis than I do Ancient. I think Ancient requires a little bit more utility for round openings.
Sure. This is, yeah.
You still need some for Anubis, don't get me wrong, but I think you can just take a lot more aim duels, especially within pugs.
Yeah.
But we'll try B again, shall we?
Yeah, let's see how Fido handles this one. Incendiary, that's going to take some damage. It's a good flash from Bloggis, but they're through already. That's a really important kill. Volt, oh, and a chance of a second. Bloggis making a meal of this one, doesn't have the bullets, just about gets it across the line. And CTR not able to find a single frag on the way in. Not going to feel good as you realize that your finances, once again, it's going to be basically the same round, at least the same resources.
Yeah, so look, you put yourself in a perfect position after the first force buy win to break UNiTY and then actually start getting into some gun rounds. Your second half has not consisted of a full rifle round where you get to play default Counter-Strike. It's just had to be group up, pop, go, hope we overwhelm. And this time we'll try towards middle, shall we?
Push B, shall we? Dawson down. Lovely work.
Bombing him.
They ain't scared. Just running it down. Bloggis trying to hit some no-scopes here for style points, and it does cost him his life. He'd be remiss if it cost him a round. Certainly a plant available. CTR considering that, but has no idea that the site is unoccupied. Now starts to get that down. Amos jail. ZTR walking through the smoke and gets pecking with the quick scope headshot. Ooh, taking shape into a potential and disruptive 6th round for GamerLegion. Can they survive this? Mikey, Levy, and Feeder. Bit of a re-execution. Role reversal. ZTR, if he gets that down as well, they're going to have to push through this. Mikey was trying to play the fade, now pushes through. Wasn't ready for Flammers. And Levy, can he save him? Oh, so much damage. Where's the kit? Getting on the defuse.
Right in front of his face.
Going for the knife in the smoke. Okay, we've got a game. It's 13-5. And a sigh of relief for Bloggis. Nearly let that one slip.
I can't quite believe the way that one ended, getting diffused right under your nose right there. But that one is a big win for UNiTY. Czech fans around the world, or mainly in that part of the world.
Tall order.
Indeed, and also when they're on a 6-match losing streak, right? They would have to snap that right now.
6 matches.
So that would be a great way to do it. Would definitely provide some confidence going into the matches ahead. And we did touch on before the break the teams who are in that 1-2 bucket currently: BetBoom, Eclot, Falcons, Sangal, and Nemiga. Sangal have really been very flat this RMR so far. I think they have like a total of 6 rounds or something silly. But we are underway with the pistol. It looks like it will be a B split, 2 through the guts and middle, 3 towards B. And there's a car crash coming.
Nice find, Feeder's there. Another opening kill for him. Oh, and he's got a second as well and takes down Slend. Bolt looking for mid-space, and he finds it thanks to shortcomings of Levy. CTR, that's the bomb. You've got to be very careful. Oh, he was holding the perfect angle. Fido walks through his crosshair, just late to react.
Yeah, it feels like he's doing a lot of talking all the time. And as a former in-game leader, I can tell you that that's a recipe for disaster. Obviously, it's your job to call the shots, but if you're constantly micromanaging, especially while fights could be coming your way.
That's exactly what that delay looked like, right? It's just that moment of his thoughts are not on the crosshair, they're somewhere else.
Brain lag.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that's costly. And it's cost them potentially their way back in. Volt did so much work clearing out mid and clawing this back to a favorable pistol in a 3v3. Now you've got to find your way back into the bombs being held in a crossfire. Oof, okay.
It's Glock's close range.
Yeah, exactly. It could go one way or the other, and Volt, a nice shot onto Mikey. Do they want to fight this? Yes, they do! Hey! Just like that. Glock's close range double kill for Flamus and Volt.
Okay, they will deny the 3 from 3. And look, Flamus, I think he's either got the message. It seems like he is bringing that energy that I touched on throughout map number 1 that we traditionally see with him. He definitely loves to let out a roar, and just there where they clutched that one out, he did the same. So that energy is going to be necessary. But this pistol round means that GamerLegion, unlike Anubis, get to put their best foot forward out the gate. There we go. Everybody loving it. There we look.
You need someone like that.
I used to be a hype man like that, and the problem was doing that as the in-game leader.
Sure.
You then go into the next round, you have to call and pull yourself back together. I loved getting hyped. I love riding those emotions, but it can be a double-edged sword because it can force you into faster Counter-Strike or looking for peaks because you're feeling confident.
Check out this buy, Chad. So they go for a 3-man boost, so deep into yellow, and Mikey's got an M4.
Yeah, it's fortunate he can be dropped that. Now, he will be flushed out, but if they run up the ramp to punish, the boost will be fantastic. Reckon should be able to rain down some fury.
And now Mikey engages. Lovely little set play from UNiTY. It's inspired.
Well, that gives you so much information. 4 players towards A, but unfortunately, you can't just swing back because GamerLegion hadn't really set up the seesaw. They're going to hit the brakes and they're going to hide in plain sight, hoping this gets cleared and an over-rotation comes through. But Feeder, dipping his toes in the water, spots one out. Can he get the kill in the deep? Yes! Now the bomb noted.
It's a nasty one for ZTR in back-to-back rounds here. And after the pistol was recovered, it now falls to Volt once more to kind of pick up the pieces. Ooh, did he spot the shoulders? Torsen, good idea, that one close. Now the Sound Cube main can't commit to the second, but Volt will find it.
Winnable for Volt. Time the biggest issue.
Yeah, he's going to have to show what his pedigree here. Gets through.
Oh.
Nice from Volt. 20 seconds for him to piece this together. Levy acknowledging that they could pivot back to B, so good awareness of the gap. 15 seconds, Volt silently making his way. It is going to be time sensitive, and also that plant spot. What does he choose? Where does he opt to plant? Is it safe from ramp? It is.
Oh.
And so the bomb can be planted, but in run down, Levy does hit the body shots. Both of them connect. Solid work from Volt. Gets the kills, gets the plant, just couldn't quite get his gun out in time.
Well, Levy's going to stick off the defuse for a moment while Bloggers goes and picks up an AK. And tough for him in that situation too. Starts running. Obviously, the time was the biggest component of that. Oh, look at this.
Team play.
AK being brought over.
What a great teammate.
Yeah, so that's great from UNiTY. It shows that comms are flying.
I just loved that round. Like, that's something you could put in your pocket and call it home as well.
And I think as the worst case in this situation, if they ended up going to the other side, then you can save. You can take some space and try again the next round.
I hate the idea of cutting noise and killing them as they re-clear ramp, but it seems that Angle really favored the clear of Feeder. Sorry, working this one out.
It's going to be the B-pop. Alex, might be that util that you were highlighting from GamerLegion.
Okay, let's see how this one goes. Volt throws out the flashes. Smoke lands. Torsen straight in, and Levy still gets one with the Molotov.
Tough retake now.
A counter smoke, rather. Bloggis could be visible over the top of that smoke. Lamus playing with fire on the swing, gets away from Bloggis' spray. Bomb now going down, GamerLegion in control.
Oh, he missed the molly, I think.
Torsen now playing a dangerous game. Re-smoke down, Mikey still clearing out mid, worried about the late piece. They're all on B. This feels like a lot of resources could be lost.
Wow.
Nice. Boosting on top of each other's head is an interesting element.
They got a kit this time.
Yeah, they needed that. Re-smoking, really buying nice time, but Feeder getting in one to Torsen. Volt, what can you do? He gets the frag necessary, spamming the smokes, looking for him. They need to get on the defuse, trying to disrupt his Volt. Slen gets them off the bomb. It has to be covered. Bloggis has to be the bodyguard. Stop the spam and get down, Mr. President. The defuse comes through. Body blocking Bloggis.
Damn, that one really coming down to the wire there. They got sketchy as all hell, but they don't suffer the same fate as Anubis with the Tech 9 spams. This time round, they pull it off, but the bomb going down to staying alive. GamerLegion, what's the choice? Slend missed a molly. Look, it's the little details, but this is Counter-Strike. It all counts. He was throwing the molly towards the construction position. It didn't quite land. And I think if he landed it, they may have called it off because it would have bought 7 seconds. It would have either forced them into the fight where GamerLegion likely churned them, or it forces them back and they're not in a position to set up for that retake. And you saw how close that one got.
Really, I mean, it looked great. They also staggered their smokes. They weren't like just throwing them willy-nilly. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Mikey actually gets one onto CTR with the HE. No assist either, that's all him. And Buchholz lives to tell the tale of their defensive A. Strong start for UNiTY.
Yeah. And I think that narrative can definitely creep in because GamerLegion are looking out of sorts, aren't they? Obviously losing Snacks earlier in the year, but it's not just him. So it's almost a full rebuild from the team that everybody remembers back in the Paris Major. Whereas this UNiTY roster, 4 checks, Mikey from Slovakia.
Buchholz, brave, aggressive AWPing. Volt. If he gets one here, yeah, that would have been asking a lot. Good work from Buchholz. Nice to see a dynamic CT setup. This is getting uncomfortable for GamerLegion and those caught off guard. Completely unprepared. Mikey did not anticipate that from Flamus. Now forces and baits the shot off of Buchholz. He's got so much space. His boys can see he's Slend flashing to get Flamus across, but ZTR's already walking cat.
So much space.
Yeah, this is already looking like it. I mean, in hindsight, they're safe, you know, whether or not they're going to go for it.
I think have a look, see if you can get a kill without giving anything over. That's the fine line that you have to walk, as Feeder from behind. Feet spotted over towards Crane, but he's given up his position as well, and that'll be that. He could have been that surprise factor that may have allowed this to be a possibility, but GamerLegion will secure their second.
And yeah, Flamus to be credited with that nice pick and surprise kill onto Mikey. As well as his immediate reaction, just not being scared to try and force the issue. Confirms he's got past the shot of Buchholz after the miss. And the round falls into place for them nicely. Important for GamerLegion. After that pistol, it's been one-way traffic for UNiTY winning that second round. And building another out of the back of it, so GamerLegion now on the board. Yeah,
you could have argued that the pistol should have been secured by UNiTY. They had the number advantage, ended up losing out while sitting on that bomb, but it's all good. With the weapon save, they should be able to get out another investment. No dramas whatsoever. But what problems did they identify from the previous, and how are they going to deal with them going into the next? I still have this AWP on Buchholz to work with. Now, ramp aggression on the altered Vertigo, it's something that you can still opt for, but the T's can just wait out your util. And speaking of T's, mid contact with 3, nade deep, just landing on ZTR. This one might catch them off guard.
Yeah, mid pace change.
Feeder needs a multi.
What Feeder can do, turns the flash and gives them some space. Tucks in, swings out, empty-handed. Good work from Volt. Finds that opening kill. Levy cleared out. What a shot, what a sequence. Volt. Little smirk creeping onto his face as he knows he's kind of won the round, just like that.
Yeah, well, when some of those gaps of the previous manifested towards A, you are going to be heavy towards that side of the map to make sure it doesn't happen again. So GamerLegion exploiting the strengthening of the other side and just popping through middle. So that one was very decisive. A good call and tying things up. So currently doesn't look like there will be too many GamerLegion players sent on the hunt. We can see Slend parked up top ladder, Torsen and Flamus dealing with the flank, and ZTR and Volt just making sure that the bomb isn't being crept upon. But we can see everybody from UNiTY just chilling out towards A in the interim. Mikey on the jump spot. Bomb about to go off, and we'll tie things up.
Terrorists win.
Looking at the finances, Mikey and Pekin can both drop M4s. So it can be another full rifle round for UNiTY to work with. Right now you're chasing your tail, and usually a way out of this is to do something that dictates the tone of the game. So we'll take a look. Does Buchholz have a good spawn to pick B? That is not the case. Do Levy and Feeder want to go aggressive then? No. So same setup.
Safe from the early barrage of HEs. Throws out one of their own. Insignificant damage, but now on the mantle. Oh, Mikey tested. He's done very well. Takes down Flamus. Not going to have anything. Bit of a revenge from the previous.
Surprised that he wasn't more blind. You could see the flashes coming from Volt over towards middle. Bit of a classic. So we got a lot from Eternal Fire with those A ramp controls. Is Torsen going to get caught off guard? Well, Levy not ready for it either. He definitely saw him.
Yep, information flows.
This is awkward. Torsen feels like he's under a lot of pressure because of that, but realistically, Levy doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Felt like an awkward timing for him as Mikey will go with some aggression. So after the opening kill, staying quite dynamic. Pekka needs to get out of there.
Really like the Mikey flank. When he's got such low HP, he can get info and maybe even a surprise kill. Bloggers cannot afford to miss this shot. Levy does well onto Torsen. Now that Mikey flank has survived, but Bloggers has done the hard work for him. Takes down ZTR. Mikey still confirming they are on their way to the site. And now Slender Volt trying to get the bomb down. Not going to look good.
Oh, Mikey.
All of that hard work, covering all of that ground. Now Volt takes it out. And I mean, Levy's holding this. You're going to have to nail this shot. Baits it out, down to half, awkward, wallbang tap, not going to connect, 15 seconds, good luck, have fun, you're being held. Bloggers misses his chance, but Feeder's there. UNiTY, their vertigo, not to be snuffed at.
I think the CT side, you know, it looks like it's comprehensive. The T side is where we might start to see some issues crop up.
But I just liked, yeah, you know, it seemed like they've got some ideas. Their boost, the mid-push AWP, some aggressive touches. Mikey, when he gets that low HP, starting an early flank. Like, it's cool to see that they've got, you know, their own vertigo philosophy on their CT side. But I understand. T side is a different ball game and is a difficult one to tame. GamerLegion's so far bearing 3.
Yeah, if we just focus in on Vertigo, obviously we discussed the fact that the win record for UNiTY is pretty miserable.
25%.
Yeah, so you would start to think that, hey, maybe, just maybe, this is going to go the distance, go to the third. But UNiTY should have confidence from their map win and the inexperience of a lot of the names.
You see that? Just
yeah.
A little bit of like his teammate kind of just think, hey, chill.
Exactly, but that's the inexperience that we're talking about, right? Like the sense that these players, because of how much this means, right, the emotions can get the better of you. Now, Bloggers with the opener onto Torsen, who was the one that we just caught reacting in such a fashion, so he's going to need to contain himself.
Okay, Bloggers successful in mid in his first adventure, this time tasked with doing so alone. More passive in nature.
Yeah, and another opener, something that UNiTY have been quite good at within this half of play. They've only given away 1 opening kill so far.
So ZTR, after the loss of Torsen early, he sent Slend with him, partnered up to try and retake this B lobby control. Volt's coming in to test the AWP. Bloggers, this is a hard shot if he wide swings here.
Yeah, the scaling. Oh, he gets a tell. He gets a tell.
Push in, he could peek in. Oh! Volt finds the equalizer. Tough one for only a second death as well, but it has resulted in a very important equalizer for GamerLegion. Levy doesn't need to extinguish.
Unforced error.
No. Was that Slend and his Molotov again here on Vertigo? Not sure, maybe in ZTR. Feeder takes a lot of damage, and there's this, here we go. This is where...
The seesaw.
Thank you, the seesaw that Chad always highlights. Flamus has kept that as a possibility. Now opens up the rotation into A. Mikey does get overlooked though. Nice patience from him, doesn't panic. Upon the loss of Pekin. 17 seconds, a wide swing. Mikey delivers a triple kill. Slend can't do much. You can pick up the bomb if you can find it at least. 9 seconds.
Run him down.
Coming for you. Just holds down MOUZ1. A barrage of bullets finds him in the smoke, and it's UNiTY's 5th. I'm a Mikey stan.
Yeah, well, look, he's the best player on this roster. That's the story that we've been telling you, and this is exactly why the seesaw from Flamus. It looked like it had enabled the rotation for GamerLegion, who flubbed some utility, but he didn't expect another player to be on the site. Mikey activates, doesn't skip a beat, a massive triple kill to turn the round on its head. 5-3 as a partial investment for GamerLegion.
Back in. Aggressive. Couple of speculative shots and smoke that threatens a wide swing. Flamus, ooh, so easy to spot. I think he's got a gray screen for that whole thing, so that smoke is powerful to stop any of those Cheeky games Flamus is trying to play. Now a boost, though. This is likely going to be held. And wow, great awareness from Levy. An irretrievable rifle as well. Volt maybe overlooked it. Corpse, and Pekin had a jump scare. Volt had a chance, but doesn't manage to connect it. So with 5 alive and ooh, just one left to go. ZTR next on the naughty list. He's lost his pistol.
Saw him.
And Shadow's got him as well, so very comfortable finds. 5 alive. They are absolutely ready to jive.
I think UNiTY, I'm going to set a high bar. I'm going to say they need 9?
9?
I know. Which means they need to go flawless.
Yeah.
But I will meet you at 8 if they win the pistol in the second half.
Okay, I like this. We're bargaining. But yeah, I mean, for UNiTY, as we said, for survival, but for GamerLegion, this is elimination. Up for debate. This is your map pick, and right now I'm sure, it's, as you highlight, especially with Torsten, this is where your emotions can get the better of you. You have to be able to stabilize and play your game.
Oh, they're a young team, Alex.
Yeah.
Average age of 20.8.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, that's
Torsten, 19 years young.
a skill that comes with age, isn't it?
Or does it?
Oh,
Look at
not
us.
for everyone, yeah. Not for everyone.
Another opener for UNiTY.
Wow.
Going from strength to strength
and
right
another
now.
opening death for Torsten. But like, it feels like it doesn't matter where he goes, you know, it feels like they're finding him.
Tiltson
right now, yeah.
Oh, that's one for Twitch chat. Sorry, guys. You usually come up with your own.
You just opened up your basket. Gave him one for free. Quite a forward position for your Bianca. Is he alone? He doesn't have got cavalry not too far away. Fido's on Guardian.
Can also spot with the flash, right? So as long as Levy doesn't go down with the initial... Oh. Yep, okay. Support is definitely coming now.
Flash. Cleared. Clear the board! Despite that sound cue being given, now an alternative boost. Wait, Slen gets Levy. Mikey on the rotation. Slen gets both of them. Mikey's quick enough to actually catch them on the crosshair if he chooses to engage, and he does. Nail the first, gets away.
Very low.
Staying close.
Oh!
Look at the flashes. Pekin sets up for another. Mikey, the impact continues to be felt, but same from Volt. He's the only one in double digits, even close. Doing everything he can for GamerLegion to take their teeth into this Vertigo, and Bloggis just asked of the 1v2. So much uncertainty, but he is giving this a look and has the kit. And no, this is a nice anti-ult setup. You're not ready for both of them. Lovely round from Volt. He saves them there and secures a must-win 4th on their T side.
AWP will be piped across to Slend. Finances are available for another buy with drops. This is the opener. Great shot from Levy, really. But I thought after he heard the sound cue, he would have expected a little bit more, maybe doubting it.
Also, you can kind of, you go, oh, they made
Yeah,
the
let's
sound.
not do the
They're
boost.
not gonna
Yeah,
do that.
exactly.
So yeah, just committing to it. Conviction in their movements, and yeah, good job indeed. This could very well become a very stable half for GamerLegion.
Yeah, you definitely take 6-6. GamerLegion will be extremely happy with that. Oh, establishing some ramp control and a boost. This always feels risky once you've given up territory, but Mikey, if he gets a wide pivot, oh, Flamus playing in the smoke, actually shrouded, and may have heard the dismount. He died again.
Yeah. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, right?
Well,
Where'd he go?
ah, there he is. Down now after his first. Slend, good to find the equalizer, and they are running it up. Bloggis is going to be the first man on the scene. One's already across. They spotted him. ZTR not ready for the AWP though. Volt can't find the immediate trade. Bloggis allowed a second chance. That nade looks good. Volt down to 39. Doesn't quite nail it. And now looking like the GamerLegion plant at least. Flamus with that late flank just lingers on short side and nearly finishes the job right there. Puts Mikey down to a very low point of health. The point he's not even going to give it a look in.
Yeah, I can understand. They only get 1900 as the loss bonus for the final round, so hold on to this. Make sure that you have a weapon to work with. He'll get 1900 plus his 1300, so should be able to drop something. Hold up, Mikey.
Yeah, he's going...
Mikey, I was just saying you're going to save. Are you really going to go for this?
10-second defuse. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, fair play. I guess if he catches someone already making an early departure, he'd have a look. investigated further. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense considering last round coming up of this CT half. And a lovely stabilization here of GamerLegion on their map.
Yeah, precisely. And the reason I'm saying 6-6 feels like you'd be happy if you're GamerLegion is because the amount of opening deaths that you guys have been hemorrhaging throughout this half. But once they killed the B player, Levy, there's a few rounds they're just like, let's just waltz in.
I wonder if that's just research as well.
And now, I guess if you put pressure on B, then you won't do that. Or if you're UNiTY, you have to start... Great shot. You have to start with 2 players, B.
It's not the first time that ZTR's asked the AWP to come and re-clear B. I'm probably aware that Levy gives them that info, gives the chance that maybe is hard with a rifle, but pretty pedestrian for an AWPer.
Well, no AWP, final round, first half for UNiTY, but a scout will have to do for Bloggers.
Hey, Torsen in eyes with him as his opening deaths have been getting the better of him.
Can't believe the lack of variation in CT setups we've seen from UNiTY. They've just done the same thing again. 3 start A, 1 mid, 1 B, and actually they've completely given up B. So, tell a lie, helped to facilitate the boost. So up on the box will be Feeder playing a deep angle.
Ooh, this actually, I don't know how...
I don't love it.
How well drilled it is from Slend, but he will get the info on Volt. Oh, and drops off. Okay, so confirms an occupation of mid.
I feel like with that boost, you'd want to kill. It's like a cheeky position. The fact he's only really used it for info. Pushing ramp. Here comes Mikey.
Oh, Mikey, so consistent.
Can't be a Flamus A-lurk now there, can there?
This time. CTR, however, at least pulls him down the trade. Peck in, perfect weapon. Ooh, quick react. ZTR gets away with his rifle and his life. Final round of this T-side for GamerLegion. Involved, not ready, but doesn't matter. Feeder's made a mess of it. Now the Deagle's out. Levy, what can you do? They know you're alive and just peeking into the AWP gets bested. Blog gets tasked with 1 versus 3. 11 bullets in that AK as well. Doesn't seem sufficient. We may need to take a reload after his first, should he find one. Walking through that smoke with determination. Oh, smoke landing. Maybe this angle catches them off guard, just on the edge of that smoke. Slend is holding. 6-6. What a recovery. They lost the second round. They lost the second round after winning the pistol. They got the worst case scenario and still leave with 6. It's pretty solid.
I'm just taking a look as well, and I was mentioning opening kills falling in the favor of UNiTY throughout that half. They only gave up 1 opening death. So that's 11 opening kills in the first half of play with the pistol being lost. And you win the force and you only manage 6. It feels like, that's the recipe for success because the trading wasn't immediate. Torsen would go down and then it was like, 10 seconds, sometimes more before another kill would come back. So I think a real positive needs to be thrown for GamerLegion for not just having these rounds spiral out of control after giving away so many opening kills. You were 0-4 in the Torsen department and 0-3 in the Flamus department.
Nice aim from Volt.
Nice! Good job.
Insane, boys. Fucking insane. Let's go.
So the double Julies dropped. ZTR a flash. Smoke molly for Feeder.
Cut of the noise. So this one won't be quick. Slow crawl towards A. Lots of bodies can respond to this. You can tell by the CT setup. ZTR's jiggling middle from elevator, which means that he will very quickly be able to assist A. Sandbag cleared out. Blogger's having a look. About to get a whole lot of information. Well, no, just a bullet. So Slend playing ahead. Flamus!
He's been completely overlooked. And Feeder gets a jump scare. Mikey gets away. He needs to get at least 1. Okay. Still, could have been more.
It bought time.
It bought time for sure. ZTR heading over in and puts Levy on the floor. Volt. Nice shot. Ooh, 1 back. Mikey still sharp, but down to Torsen, and there it is. GamerLegion take a pistol. The second. It's the conversion that they have to have here, especially considering the absent plant. UNiTY may just give it to them.
Yeah, let's see what the approach is. UNiTY are buying into a HE on Bloggers immediately, so let's see if they're able to stack those up and look for an opening kill, but it looks like it will just be the Glocks. I thought the Bloggers would have an opportunity around that corner, but the fact that Slen plays first.
Together, boys.
Yeah, I know how that sentence finishes. That was a crazy round for Flammers. He still gets away with one, and as you highlighted it, they took a long time to kill him.
Yes, so I guess he did his job, but so many targets. You always feel in that situation you should do better, but there's just so much going on. There's dropping Glocks, everything in your face, and right now their 8th round feeling very likely.
The HG's achieved nothing. Already thrown out towards ramp side and now find themselves walking into an MP9. This should be a farming session for ZTR. Combine Harvester. Torsen, the bait. And ZTR farms up a double kill, 1,200, make it an extra. He finds on a third onto Levy.
Yeah, and it'd be good for Torsen to be able to turn his fate around in the second half of play, start dictating some of the tone of the fights for him, because this will have to go the distance. If GamerLegion pick up this map, you can see at the top of your screen right now, 13-5 on Anubis, the map pick of UNiTY, currently on GamerLegion's turf of Vertigo and Ancient, the third and deciding map, which is looking ever more likely round after round, but the chance for UNiTY to get back into the game now that they've invested into rifles. Still 3 MP9s for GamerLegion on the bonus, and they're going to start with them over towards B. Perfect position to skirmish. Run boost!
Whoa! Flies into ZTR, ready to receive. Fault was there as well, some info flows, spots him out, but loses a fight.
Beautiful.
Yeah, GamerLegion. That's an opening kill for GamerLegion. I believe that's their 3rd opening kill. How mad is that?
It's going to take them some time to start building up that account, isn't it? Actually, maybe even their 4th, Alex.
Oh yeah, do excuse me.
But the round just started, so...
Love the audacity to go for a run boost into this one, but...
Yeah, it doesn't... Like, the more you think about it, though, the sillier it seems. Like, you just bought AKs. You go, all right, guys, they're going to be on a bonus. They have a couple of SMGs. They're likely to use those in a close position. What's a good close position? B lobby. Let's run boost on our first rifle round.
Could result in you giving away 5 rifles. Yeah, look at these upgrades. Keep your eyes on the left side of your screen. 3 fall into enemy hands. That's bleak. That's timeout territory. Yeah, UNiTY, even the coach is saying, boys, we need to give a bit more thought to some of these calls.
You can't take that one back, unfortunately.
No.
I love a gimmick as much as the next guy, but the thing is you would want to do that on a force buy round or a half buy round. Right, something the way you need some inspiration, a way to be able to work. If that's your go-to on your first rifle round, bit of cheese,
yeah,
smells bad.
Stinky cheese.
And also the timeout. Now it's like, hey boss, maybe when we were talking about doing this, you could have piped up.
There's a time and a place.
What a nice fucking round, Eric, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, very tempered from GamerLegion because they know that this is merely a step towards surviving this best of 3. This is their map pick, and certainly making a good demonstration as to why.
Now, I haven't taken a look at the predicted matchups, but BetBoom, Eclot, Falcons, Sangal, Nemiga, right? The winner here will join that bunch. I guess you guys can go have a look yourself at majors.im. I want to say that isn't official or anything. I want you guys to make sure that you wait until it comes out from the source, being Perfect World. But you can go and see how it functions. I don't think it's let me down yet, but again, seek advice from the professionals, not the clowns. That's us. We're the clowns.
Jinx. Lovely, lovely from Volt. USP? Yes, indeed. I don't know where Bloggers is looking. What's that over there?
Hey, hold up.
Whoa, you seen this mark before? This is
It's a butterfly.
that's beautiful.
Ah.
Where are you going, bro?
I don't know.
Where are you going? Ooh. Sorry, little piggy moment.
No, we are the clowns.
Yeah. Well, Bloggers actually has put on his makeup for this one.
Wanted to join us in the fun and games.
Oh, that was good. From Volt. Very good. 18. He is absolutely pulling his weight. And some of his teammates. Down this time. Tech in. Grabs himself the AK-47 and says, you won't be having that one. Regretting the fact that it even fell into their hands in the first place. Any more? On his cleanup duty, ZTR got him drive by. Where's that AK gone? Yep. Nope, not going to have that one. Massacre in that mids.
You don't have to move the bodies far. There's a dumpster right there.
Perfect.
It is crazy how quick the cleaners get in between rounds and
sweep it all up.
Yeah. Hope they're getting paid overtime. All right, let's see a little bit more of a standard approach, shall we, UNiTY? Or maybe run boost the AWP.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the play.
Now that's
Why did no one think of that? More standard approach. Flashing off the AWP. Flammer's forced back as well on B.
I told you they needed 9.
You did. You did.
I told you. I told all of you. It's going to be a big half from GamerLegion.
Massive half. And you also told me that their T side would show some more cracks in their vertigo. Despite some cool ideas on their CT side, it hasn't looked at all convincing. This is a chance for them to show what they can do on a more typical gun round. Second chance to show us what they got. Slend could actually show us what he's got. A lot of people talking about this AWP as one for the future. Shadow spotted, visible. Forced away by the flash. We'll throw out one for the re-aggress. CTR combines it with a HE and hits this shot onto Mikey.
Wow, that nade.
That's a lot of damage. Feed up. Ate it. Oh, ZTR, you are going to have to just acknowledge that and never mind. No one holding. We're all guilty of that. Throwing a nade. Not expecting anyone to actually be there.
Do you save?
Oh, toss.
Do you get to save?
Second.
You try. GamerLegion can actually put the foot on the accelerator and go for the finish if they'd like, but it isn't necessary either way. ZTR, hopefully he can find himself an upgrade away from that MP9, but cash sky high for the likes of the Swede and the Dane. 60% tax is paying off. 11-6. And this one looks like it is going to just simmer out for UNiTY. I guess we can start turning our attention to Ancient. Something else to note with these two teams, they have no head-to-head. We're discussing UNiTY snapping their 6-match loss streak. 3 on the trot as far as the L column is concerned for GamerLegion. Vitality and Eclot, Inferno, and both falling in favor of those aforementioned names. Ancient coming up next as the third and decider, and if you just look on paper, it's a map that both these teams have played a decent amount in the last couple of months, but GamerLegion with the higher win percentage. And coming into this series, I had them as my favorite. I was actually quite disappointed to see their Anubis. Obviously, the map pool not being as well-rounded as you would have hoped for. But take a look at that. You can just see the end of the first half, 3 consecutive rounds. And now that we've flicked on over, we're talking 5 on the trot, and 5 with relative ease.
This is a kind of round where a run boost B pay off nicely.
Yeah.
All post and AWP there, actually. Vlogger saving his AWP and now has managed to find a nice pick onto Flammers. So hang on. Vida out mid, he's found the gap. It's a massive gap. Rotation forced to acknowledge the A pick. And now Volt, yeah, I mean, he's cognizant that it's possible, but he's given away a sound cue and still gets one, but regardless, this is awkward. ZTR stands in the flames and delivers one. Covered off by Slend as the punish was on its way towards CT. Still, it's a 3-on-3.
Yeah, util for the retake smokes. They could block even a molly as well if they want to displace. Torsten's here quite quickly.
Lots of sound cues. Controls his spray, finds Levy. Vida. A chance for Torsten to find the headshot, but good adjustment from Fidas. Gets his second, still 2-on-2. Peckin has an AWP. Good weapon for this kind of fight. Smoked off on the right side, so that becomes a little scary, but just holding on to the bomb, holding his angle, looks good for one, nails it. Awkward now for ZTR, doesn't have the health. Doesn't have the health, set to 0 by Peckin and that Tech 9. Big round, big recovery. UNiTY, that's just enough to raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, you can see how it gets pieced together, right? Bloggers finds the opening on the AWP, it weakens the B bomb site, it allows the lurker feeder through middle. Bloggers gave away his life. He went a little bit early, but here it is. He jumps up, right? Feeder gets the immediate trade, and then there's utility to block. There's a skirmish. This is where it could have really gone wrong. But Feeder says no. Peckin contributes with the final 2. So well done to stay alive for a moment longer. Looks like me playing pugs.
Torsten, I mean, you can see that he is wearing his heart on his sleeve.
Visibly frustrated, some might say.
Some would. And others would say that's the second tactical pause from GamerLegion. Coach Ash on the mic, making sure that this was just a blip on the radar. Nothing's going to be too concerned about.
Oh, Twitch chat have evolved it to tilt soon.
Okay, I
see. You let him workshop.
Seed.
You let him workshop.
They've planted it. They've watered it. It's starting to grow.
GamerLegion, you want to shut this one down ASAP. That cash that we mentioned comes in handy. Aggressive B lobby maneuver again. We've seen this once before.
They're pushing Levy, and he's happy to take the fight.
Trade.
So, yeah, good work. CTR trading. Slen.
Oh!
Logis can't keep up. Slen wins out the head-to-head, peeking into the AWPer. And more available as well. Pekin under scrutiny. Good support from Torsten. Great support from Torsten. One bullet away. 2 HP on Pekin. Missed shot now from Slen. This is uncomfortable. Oh, he's done it with a P250. Mikey accidentally takes down his teammate. All that hard work from Torsten.
Oh dear. It's not the way you wanted to see that one unfold.
No, sir.
But timeout pays off for GamerLegion. Keeping poor UNiTY just one round within this second half of play. And that feels like the swan song for Vertigo. Any more twists and turns? Or GamerLegion close it right here, right now. Nade straight down the back pocket. Levy very low, but they're setting up for something more direct. Something that we praised them for with a call on Anubis, but they haven't really been able to set the tone on this T side. A block smoke lands, top of the lobby stairs. They might even have to go through because it's so quiet on the rest of the map.
Lots of util. There go. Vito with the bomb, so full commit. Mac-10 good for one. Hang on. Oh, Torsten down. B-side open. ZTR disagrees. Actually pushing that smoke. Throws down a CT smoke that he spams on through. Catches another. Last round taking shape. A chance now from Mikey. Comes out mid. Catches the timing. Pushing into the B-side player though. And Pekin can't get one. Softens up ZTR for the 1v2. Mikey in a clutch to extend Vertigo. Had the HG, but not ready for a reaggress. ZTR locks us in, and we go the distance. We're off to a third. Ancient required.
All right, well, they found their energy. They found their form. GamerLegion, they don't want to go home just yet. One more map of play. Ancient coming up next, but coming online was key. Volt, his aim not done yet, and they almost beat FaZe, but they're not delivering to as they should. Here we go, we're underway.
Looks like we are cooking. So let's get ourselves started with UNiTY's T side. Will they find the pistol? Sending out a Glock into mid. And not much resistance.
Through the red smoke.
Okay, charging into ZTR. He's spotted out and hearing a lot of footsteps as they look to go and wrap around.
Oh, it's just Flamus here.
Yeah, okay, they found the path of least resistance at least. ZTR, nice clicks. Flamus, despite being alone, has managed to catch one on the clear from Pekin. Flamus a second, no trade potential either. Levy gone. Logis getting whittled away out on site as well. Already finds 2, would have to ace clutch. Flamus finds 3. And that, I am sure, is going to get GamerLegion a little loud in the booth.
And that tips the scale regarding pistol conversions in this map so far. So map number 1, they went in the favor of UNiTY. Map number 2, they went in favor of GamerLegion. So now they're going to have 3 out of the 5 played. And putting the right foot forward. Bomb goes down, sure. Purchase will be likely seeing a UNiTY force spike. And I'd encourage anybody, if they're not, to head over. I just want to let everyone know I have absolutely no relationship with this product other than thinking it's a good one. Skybox Edge, it's nice to be able to look at the basics of how teams approach the map and getting these top-down view. Something that I noted when taking a look at the way UNiTY approach this map, it's a lot more random than top teams in terms of their positioning, and they're not running through the default paces as much. So you're going to expect a bit more
volatility.
Flux. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's a great word for it. So AK made possible in the hands of Mikey, Blogus, Orpa, ready with util to set up mid.
5 flashes. Certainly could be enough. depending on what they get for free. Right now, it looks like they're going to be flashed out middle into Flammers. Bloggers with the right side. Ooh, that's a missed smoke. Pekin will have angles to work with to keep control and info around the doors. Smoke donut. Vault unable to give them info that red is a gap. Slend tends to it. Oh, on the mantle up, CTR confirms multiple bodies. Now Pekin, chance around that smoke that Torsen did throw a little too deep. Now he's vulnerable and running out of bullets. Sticks around and is punished. Good work from Levy. Looking to accelerate as well, to swap to the D. Can't hit the shot, but Mikey can. Slend down. Flammers, this is another chance for him to save him. And expecting an easy headshot onto Bloggis. Just goes running in. Wasn't ready for that. Flammers, he's got a cold head on his shoulders. Keeps it cool. And GamerLegion nearly losing out on that second round force again. We saw that on Vertigo. Didn't cost them too much in the grand scheme, but this time it's Flammers and Volt that lock it down. Yeah,
Torsen definitely could have gone down there under pressure. The flash, you saw it just land on that ledge. It didn't get him anywhere near as blind as I think you would have expected. It showed in the kill feed that he was, but didn't look that way in the first person point of view. With some good shooting and another investment. So UNiTY think they've got the right where they want them. Not going to be a full purchase, just going to be partial off the back of another plant and that damage. However, Mikey operating once more with an AK-47, that X factor that we've highlighted. Yeah. Can he be the difference maker?
Can he top frag in every map they've played against GamerLegion? That would be impressive.
Ooh, missed the elbow smoke.
Okay, that could be punished. A little bit of a gap, but actually Mikey puts his head right in, so it's worked out for them. Intentional or otherwise. Pekin, hang on. He nearly finishes off Flammers. Good grief, they're both so very low, and Torsen just reloading on that ramp is scary. The flash in pursuit of running him down forces out the reaction. The smokes are thrown. And Bloggis, he's going to start to investigate middle. Just as I say that, Volt turns his attention towards a main, so Levy manufactures a gap for the boys. Especially now he's found Volt. Ooh, Flammers down.
Hell?
Yeah, this is falling apart.
Oh, this investment paying off, and it wasn't through Mikey.
Bomb's a mile away, though, so hold on. Torsen gets his way over towards A, and the bomb's going to B. I take it all back. Levy has done so much work.
How did Bloggis not get that?
I have no idea. Levy still spots it out. Confirms there is still a body there, but Torsen's got his way silently towards alongside. If he clears him out.
Not like this.
Wait, he's only got 7 bullets.
Yeah. Pekin's made his way into the back line. But that means Feeder's going to think it's clear.
And then you're going to get shot on the side of the head. Beautiful. Pekin gets away with that one. Now.
Slend's clutch.
Yeah, he could do this. Pekin low. Feeder on site though, so doesn't want to take this engagement until he absolutely has to. Slend audibly moving towards along. Pekin to swing off of his teammate's contact. Oh, hang on. What you're looking at there? He's getting shot at by 2 bodies. Doesn't realize it. Was worried about that second player and towards ramp instead of that nice cave and site double up.
Okay, UNiTY, that is a great round to win. Now it's about being able to connect off the back of it.
So let's recap how it went wrong, because it was 4v5 under Flammers onto the only rifle.
Yeah, and these aggressive cave maneuvers, I did discuss ZTR being in that position on the CT side. Him thrusting himself through seems very risky, very coin-tossy.
It's twice we've seen him go for that in 2 back-to-back rounds. Maybe he's going to be humbled after his shortcomings in that one.
Well, they are going to force by start 4B. Volt solo mid, cleared down. Nice. Good stuff from Mikey.
Yeah, keeping it simple. Catches Volt as well. Torsen, just the one. CTR maybe overlooked, but hang on, Mikey knows. Nameplate indicate. Flammers down as well. Splendid, important, impactful double, but it may be all for naught with the bomb now being scooped up and Red Room being taken. Slend finds an AK, but with 29 points of health, the MAC-10 is sufficient.
You can see him looking for the bomb as well. Very standard place to leave the bomb outside those doors, but it was over towards spawn. Mikey has the rotation cut off. Well highlighted by the OBS team, but it's going to be a round-the-world maneuver from Slend through enemy territory as Bloggis will announce his presence. Drops the smoke. A molly for good measure. Bomb goes down. And does he consider the flank? Because Slend's here quite quickly, all things considered.
Bloggis stops for the toolbox. Catches a clear, and never mind. Bloggers catches him on a little jiggle, engages with Slend, and makes it 2-2. UNiTY fighting fit on this T side, and they have humbled GamerLegion.
Yeah, it should be the eco now, so an opportunity for UNiTY to get the lead ever so slightly. Mikey, you can see this here, self-clear of the smoke. Wait for Volt to mantle up. Grabs another one on the Mac 10, but it's that one there from Pekin that I think is probably the most important.
Oh, so humble. Just a big 250.
We'll have to see how the connection of Torsen and ZTR work together over towards B, and maybe it's a point to be exploited for UNiTY. Nice deep molly is going to land on the doorstep of Volt. Looks like he should be safe for now. Mikey, again, he gets to be this point man. It's a luxurious position to take middle being supported by your team, but right now on an absolute island, but gets to farm up some eeks. His favorite kills? This time he doesn't clear his corners. ZTR will find the opener, but they're still working with limited weaponry here, GamerLegion. This is tough to win.
Ooh, gets tough to win for UNiTY if you lose an AK here. Oof, chipping away at them. Nice presence from ZTR, and he just now asks questions of Cave. Feeder's there. And now their options start to dwindle, diminish. Flammers overlooked by Pekin, and now two with their backs turned to him. The USP double dinker as he going for the knife, now gets close enough for a quick execution. Grabs a rifle. If they can just get Levy off the site, it's really uncomfortable. Bloggers is down. It's up to Feeder. He has to save them. The 1v3 anti-eco. They're losing to just the pistols. $300 invested into this one. Still should be Feeder's round. There's no kit, no time. Slend gets the headshot, gets away with a rifle, but it will be UNiTY's round. It's going to be weird celebrations for UNiTY.
Damn, that's like such an unfortunate round to be giving away so many weapons. They got plenty of cash to work with, sure, but that was your chance to start stabilizing in this first half of play and setting your sights on a decent haul of rounds.
Wow, really impressive haul from GamerLegion, considering what they were working with. Starts with Mikey overlooking that red room corner. ZTR profits.
Peter did it all, didn't he?
Flamus, I love this. I like the fact he gets the second. I like that he had that trigger discipline. Closed the gap to ensure that shot is converted upon with the body. And Slend unable to retreat with that AK as well, so will be M4s.
But that's a similar scene as what we saw on Anubis, right? They had a round where there was the USP with the flash that came out, the A main push. Right. But UNiTY were able to get past it. Pekin, can he get past this? Oh yes, Slend will relent on the line.
Okay, so we've got real focus on taking some mid-space here. Red smoke is going to land.
This smells like they want to head towards A. It's because you have Feeder and Levy both in main, and now Bloggers to clear.
Nice shot through the corner. Volt down to 20 points of health, but overlooking the potential for a second in Donut. Mikey, lackadaisical.
Yeah, such a strange position for Slend to be in.
Nice on the retreat, and he gets a second. Slend didn't react, it was so quick. Levy, double. Feeder, if he gets Flamus, this is their fourth. And he's not even clearing his corners. Lovely stuff from UNiTY. Fighting tooth and nail, and despite the loss of Mikey early.
Yeah,
Levy early up the boost.
Yeah, and that's it, right? So I think that was exactly what UNiTY had intended. Apply pressure to Donut, forces them out of Donut, and the boost was ready and waiting to mop them up. So that round looks very well pieced together. That off angle that Slend's playing on, you never, like, he's an AWP. He feels so committed. And obviously you don't want to play further back because the molly, and then you're going to get stuck, but...
It is also that, like, kind of in terms of flight paths, people will likely, if it's not mollied, they are going to be pre-aiming that back of Donut left side. So
that one's not on your pathing traditionally, right? So surprised, but not enough, as it will just be Torsen and ZTR, the B defenders, as
maybe we'll see it in
the
replay. I'd like your opinion on whether or not, you know, Slend had a moment to react to the death of his teammate, even if, because he had his knife out and he jumped, you know, could he have strafed away? I don't know. I
think that shows you how unexpected this was.
Here,
right?
So like teammate dies.
The expectation of this is literally zero.
Not really.
So he's probably already mid-pathing as it happens, and Volt's going, tree, out him, and it's like, you're already dead.
He's like, in his mind, he hasn't even processed the words. He's already just pressed jump, pressed knife, he's thinking about the round, making a call out, saying what he's doing, like, I'm going CT. Oh. Yeah.
Wow. I think also you need to keep in mind that GamerLegion, they were worried about B lane because there was B lane utility, right? They had lost mid control. So as far as that side of the map, they didn't have any information. It wasn't a full mid press. They didn't have full B lane control. And maybe that's because in a few of those earlier rounds when ZTR and Torsten have gone aggressive, they were punished.
How did Levy get up there? Did someone escort him?
Feeder was with him. They started
okay.
two. Then that's what I was saying. It felt like it was going to be an ace split. I don't think they were expecting the alley-oop to work that perfectly.
It definitely worked perfectly. And, you know, the slate kind of wiped clean from what was that costly eco, despite being converted by Feeder.
Indeed. Now it's GamerLegion one with the financial woes.
Still threatening, or it could be. Bloggis was to overextend with his AWP, clear of the smoke. Those 5-7s are scary, and he'll get away. Flamus actually kind of burrowing deeper, and that they could expose him, but might be overlooked. Yep, Mikey was not ready for someone so close. That's a gift. An AK-47 finds its way into GamerLegion grasp.
And despite what we highlighted coming into this, Mikey being the X Factor playing such a key position in middle, he's given away a lot of opening deaths. That's at least 3 so far.
Yeah, somewhat of a liability in middle at the moment.
Yeah, but despite that, they're still being able to convert these rounds. So that's where I want to turn the positive attention for UNiTY.
Flamus as well. It's been a positive. Ooh, drops off. He wanted to do that silently.
Yeah, they heard him.
They definitely heard that. Now boosting up. Nice work again. Levy, high impact in the third here in this battle for survival. The European RMR. Rotation is swift. 3 players now occupy Donut. Do we have a smoke? Just flashes, pushing through. Look at Volt. Look at him. No fear. So much damage. Puts Feeder on notice. Slens nade finishes it. Nice from Pekin. Finds ETR late on the rotation through mid. And a 3 versus 1 falls into place. A force buy that had its twists and turns, but it's UNiTY 5, GamerLegion 2.
I just love the details. Obviously, they're on a lighter investment with those saved guns there, but Pekin getting the mid kill, it applies pressure to those Donut players. They can't hang around. They're getting squeezed. So they go for the swing straight into UNiTY's open arms. And the Czech team, 3 rounds to the good, already working with quite a haul on the T side of Ancient. It's a window from Levy. This is looking much more B focused. Insta, elbow, and door smoke.
ZTR.
So maybe they can't full B press.
Awesome. Just the 2 of them. ZTR does take early cave. Does he go aggressive? He's been doing this an awful lot. Maybe this time it works out from no. Just opts for a couple of conservative spams. Oh, perfect. Perfect flash from Pekin. Torsten unprepared. White screen. ZTR, they knew where you were. Flammers, very lucky to be alive. Hail Mary spams through the board, but that goes both ways. ZTR down to 20. Flammers with a smoke in his hand, now spotted out on the bucket position. Levy maybe overlooking this angle. No good awareness. Wow, I'm impressed. UNiTY's T side, it's poppy this time. That flash.
Yeah, and the detail of that I didn't like, and I get why GamerLegion hedged. I feel if you want to go for the full press, this isn't necessary every time. But I think that you should sell A. I feel that you should sell A and make sure that you have enough resources for worst case. Because UNiTY, I'm not sure if they're geniuses or what, but the biggest gap is pressuring Torsten on the extremity position. Because your focus is middle and cave. You want full control of that, and then your second wave is to fight lane. But they were so blocked on that position from middle, they couldn't see down. They isolate perfectly. Feeder, flash, bang, they're in. Now you don't have anything, right? If you started 3 players B, 2 players middle, you could have that support network so that doesn't happen.
I'm dead.
So being outmaneuvered right now.
Right. So where's that third player position? Like long tucked?
You take Slend over, he starts long side as worst case. Torsten can still play close.
And he just trades Torsten straight away.
Precisely.
ZTR spam becomes pertinent. Ooh, that's aggressive. Bloggis gave it a good go. A nice aggressive AWP line. I'll tell you now, when an AWPer says, I'm peeking cave, that is a confident AWPer. Bloggis backing himself on this one. Had a chance there to actually open up his account again. This time Torsten and ZTR's nades combined. Clear from Slend in mid. Ooh, but perfectly timed T-flash. Gets no information from that other than someone's thrown a flashbang mid. Doesn't mean too much. 1 elbow is the call out. 5v4 though. UNiTY down a man. And now they start 3B.
Yeah, look, and then you probably don't play aggressive middle. So then if the team takes the mid control, you could be under a lot more A pressure and get punished in previous rounds like we saw.
Len's going in. He was holding a more passive line, now investigates the donor options. They have crossed this sight line, but the last man there is Feeder. Goes down to the AWP, Slend on the reaggress, ready for more, missed shot onto Pekin. Punished immediately. Boost to be cleared. Oh, Levy distracting SoundQ. Good work from Volt, traded though. Mikey gets the necessary one. Bomb goes down before they can disrupt. DTR loud on tempo, loses his life. Mikey, solid work. Torsen, however, from the donor position and makes this 1v3. Now a 1v2. Mikey, what can you do? Always off the bomb. Flamus confirms to be off it. Spots into the tip of their head and gonna call their bluff on that fake defuse. Double peek. Good work. A chance for Mikey, no question, but it will be a third for GamerLegion.
ZTR, a classic overextension there as well, makes the round interesting. He's got control, he can see that there's nobody over towards that platform, but just swings out, really trying to close down on them, but he wasn't connected with the rest of his team. There was the smoke that obscured. This was a great nade. Sure, it chased Blogus away. Can they tie things up at the half? GamerLegion not done yet, even though this one did get wonky.
I mean,
Credit to
UNiTY, because, yeah, Blogus knows he should have killed Torsen there, like, straight up. Peeking into it, AWP versus rifle, and you end up tagged up by the rifle, chased by the nade. And still UNiTY made it competitive. Ooh, Chad, what we got cooking here?
There's lots of bodies behind this. I wonder if they flash Levi in. Because he's late to it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Levy was not expecting someone to be so close.
But the details were good, right? Because they didn't take that control straight away. So the flash to go for the clear, it means the teamwork is there. But now a man disadvantage and A main control. New question, okay, do they hang around on the CT side? Do they back off? Well, if you're GamerLegion, that's traditionally the individual who's working for A control. You know that there was an extra player who helped him. So not going to move a muscle is Volt.
They come again. And Vol wise to just recede. Maintain the advantage, take no unnecessary duels. That's an interesting smoke for Flamus to consider his options of. He's actually burrowed himself within it. Trying to divide the red room info.
Time now, limited information for GamerLegion, but the clock is on their side.
Yeah, they really have no answers towards like red and CT. Volt's been rotated all the way towards the spawn. Now Torsen, what can you do here?
Should be good for one.
Powerful position. Pekin spots him out. Mikey was overlooked, still misses his shots. Nice from Feeder, back in. Blogus to plant, time to do so. No smoke, so this is going to be a very rough post-plant. And a very favorable retake for GamerLegion. Smoke available, kit as well. Oh, but Pekin actually gets me a little interested. Hang on, that late flank. As long as Blogus can get one here. Leg shot, Slend again in the head-to-head. Good for it. And Pekin some trigger discipline. He's got 3 on his screen. He's set up for success. Now chooses to engage. Flamus holding the defuse. Volt's there to provide the cover. And it's a GamerLegion round after all.
Okay, nice retake. Yeah, Blogus hits the shot instead of the leg.
Different round.
Then the flank comes in. So UNiTY still staying dangerous. We'll see what they can make of their buys. It looks like they've taken a tactical timeout to have the conversation. Now that one, they lose the opening kill within the first, 20 seconds of the round? But still, it's hard to fault them, right? Because they used the flash. Volt just turned it and got that kill. So I don't hate it, but it still is a bitter pill to swallow when everything's on the line.
Yeah. Definitely credit to Volt. It did look like Levy wasn't kind of, you know, hard clearing that corner.
So the conviction is, yeah. I guess, right? That's when just you're going through the motions as opposed to the actual expectation.
Look at the way he's clearing this.
Yeah, you would want, yeah, you bang on there. You don't want to be keeping the shift key down when the flash comes into play. You want to have a bit more of a swing. But 6-6 still on the table. UNiTY taking the time to discuss who's dropping who what. And they do get the type of buy they were looking for. Door smoke, elbow smoke, standard CT opener. Mikey blocking the heaven jump, something that I think they forced GamerLegion away quite successfully with.
DTR's getting some questions asked of him in cave this time, and a missed Molotov, and Feeder taking a lick of that M4A1S. Torsen actually in support of his B player, and that's liberty afforded by Slend's third presence. Ooh, Flowers! He's in trouble. Nades, bullets, rain down.
Oh dear.
Smoke, you've lost him, boys. You've lost him.
Oh,
Vlog is a nightmare. He's screaming at the top of his lungs, loses out. That bomb, but Volt still falls on A. Slen can save him. He spotted you. Mikey, peeking into the AWP and bests him. Chaotic round, still up for debate.
Shadow.
Nice from Torsen. Off you got, feed up.
Torsen's rerouted. Means Feeder's going to be chasing Ghost, but it also allows him to reset.
Not planted for CT. Really awkward for him to actually defend this one. They're going to assume it's A main. So CTR comes swinging through. Wow, good shot. Nails it. And it's going to be a gap closer again. They're starting to feel very reminiscent of our Vertigo half. They get the pistol, and now starting to see GamerLegion head towards a 6-6 competitive half.
Oof, bloggers. We're writing a short post about that one. I think something set now would be nice from UNiTY, just because they are going to be limited in the resources department of utility. And look, I would prefer if I was them to not have to function that fashion, but I think one of these rounds where you're going to try and hopefully swarm. So this is looking B-centric through with the flash. Flamus gets the better of Mikey, who's had a real tough first half in the opening death column.
Flamus and Mikey clashing. Flamus getting the edge of him.
Hugely.
Okay, well, Torsen forced into smoking off ramp very early, and a T-smoke. Was that failed smoke or was that deliberate? I can't find a logical explanation to throw that one. Perhaps just making the ramp push more deterred. There you go, I tried.
That's all we can do.
That's the last smoke as well.
That's why I wanted them to do something as a team, maybe a bit more poppy and hope you could all in. The likelihood of it working is pretty slim, but right now this looks rough around the edges.
Oh, Pekin has a chance, and it's lovely. Good hold. Torsen having a strong hold here on his bomb site as he gets tested once more. ZTR now chips in onto Bloggis. Nice find from Levy. Second guessing myself. And this two-man setup. Feeder and Levy. Just none. Very clean on the retake. GamerLegion make it a 6-6 half. A lovely recovery. At times, it was looking a little bleak. What was it? 6-2. Goes all the way back with retake after retake. All 6 of GamerLegion's rounds were to retaking the bomb site.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. And I just want to return to a storyline that we were setting up as far as head-to-head matchup positions specifically were discussed. Mikey versus Flamus in middle. Flamus went 4-0 in opening duels, and Mikey went 1 for 6.
Oy.
So Mikey with a real rough go of things. He was that X factor and the one with the most potential. But I think the calling was quite decent from UNiTY, right? So some maneuvers that were actually out-positioning, out-maneuvering the likes of GamerLegion. But we're all tied up as we head into the halftime break. Freeze time will be our friend in a moment. But limited resources, weaponry not there, stalled out and stunted, and GamerLegion handling. Now it's about holding on to things for both of these teams. The Major experience extremely light on. GamerLegion as the namesake is something that you can definitely get behind if you're watching back in Paris.
CTR and Flamus 8-0. Opening duels combined. That's very, very nice and promising signs as we swap to this T side. So keep our eyes on if they can keep that up. A B hit.
I wonder if the molly's saved for the plant or if it'll be used early. So silently making their way up towards heaven just to make sure there's no CT aggression. 3 through cave. So I likely just see smoke short and long. You could do a sight molly over towards the cubby at flash and go. It's a long molly.
Okay.
And it's missed.
Well, they go for the Magnajez pistol, but slower. And it has gotten access to the site. Nice little deep smoke on top as well. That's a nice little twist. CTR is going to get pressured out here by Mikey. Just still holds on for one. Volt running through, not expecting Bloggers to receive him. He had his knife out.
Yeah, I think Bloggers is... Yeah, but his heart's skipping a beat in that moment as well.
He knows what it means. It's like...
You know, I can't let this one go, boys.
I really can't. Another time with someone pushing through a smoke that he wasn't expecting, but got a bit of a sound cue lead time on that one.
And could shoot more than one bullet at once, so... Look, the idea worked almost perfectly.
Yeah.
It's Pekin, beast mode, massive triple. And I do love the fact they hunt ZTR at doors, because if they are trying to go for that B plant with the mollies, it's like, no way, bro. We're not letting you get away with that cheese. Will be the eco from GamerLegion. It's getting serious now. Deagle in the mix. You're going to let Flammer search, see if you can rip off a head. Levy backside on an island. If they were to go right now and he got overrun, the bomb could definitely be planted. Mikey will be the closest port of call. Bloggers potentially flanking.
Levy, you are about to be tested. Oh, gets his smoke timed and does manage to find it. Oh, lovely third. Just
bomb went down.
The Deagle headshot. Yeah, no, I mean, bomb plant, mission accomplished. No harm, no foul. Levy's rifle will be maintained. But yeah, that's mission accomplished for GamerLegion's eco.
Third looked great, didn't it?
Yeah, stunning. Just that insta one tap.
You take those.
Always satisfying against the Eeks.
Okay, GamerLegion, what does your opening gambit on the rifle rounds look like? The bomb going down affords you extra utility for your openings. Very standard in Ancient, and it's been the case for a while, is Red and Cave smokes. We'll have to see if they want to just operate with the standard or if Ash has different plans in mind. Mikey and Feeder with those MP9s blog us into the AWP, so an upgrade made available, and the smokes are out for exactly as discussed.
Straight through the door smoke this time.
Dawson waiting for the... Oh!
Yeah, it's actually...
Flamus on Mikey again!
Mikey. Oh, it continues. Oh, the opening deaths for Mikey are getting problematic.
Hefty aim push. Slen looks aware of the possibility.
There should be a trade. I mean, if Levy goes down, he's got all his nades, full M4. Fitter, the scout.
Oh!
The timing is brutal. And he gets the AK recovered before having to fight Flamus. Double swing. XX coming in. Flamus not ready for a second. Oh! Levy! Messy! And the round falls apart for UNiTY. Oh my gosh, Flamus. What a round, what a round. Yeah, CTR. Letting him know. I'll take that, thank you very much. AWP for free, but man, Flamus, he is fighting as hard as he can to survive the night here at the RMR.
You know what happened in the comms right there as well, because Flamus is behind the box. He doesn't want to peek because he's going to be exposed to a lot of angles. So Heaven's smoke is up, and they've gone, hey, we can't see if he comes out cave to fight middle, which meant Slend would be the one dying first. So as he looks away on the fade, UNiTY get the perfect timing.
On my balls, so on my...
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Feeder. I barely know her. Down and out. Dawson, good for it. Oof. I mean, Flamus is he's definitely a personality.
Oh, yeah, he's fun. He is fun.
Bogdan's Law continues. Not speaking forward with Bogdan's Law.
One's a bit wordier than the other.
Yeah, a little bit of a nightmare. Oi, 5-7 connecting, but there's nothing too exciting.
We're all tied up. Here we have a wild Levy.
In the jungle.
Walking through the long grass. Looking for his prey, the pesky 5-7. Snaps away onto the first bolt in the dirt. More to come as Slend. As we know, GamerLegion, the pack animal.
It's rare to see a lone... Oh, not a wolf, obviously. A lone legion.
A lone legion of wolves.
Of wolves.
In the jungle.
Yeah, those jungle wolves.
Wow. Eco done, rifles out. An opportunity again for UNiTY. Blogus from an AWP to an MP9. What a story. Starting 3 middle, run boost up towards the heavens. Mikey needs an opener.
Oh, he fights for it, controls the spray, finds the headshot. Dawson gone. Found by ZTR. And Flammers low HP, ZTR the same. Flammers just walking through smokes and Blogus ready for it. Comfortable in mid this time.
I might have thought he had an opportunity because Mikey, the traditional mid defender, dead, but there's support where that came from, and the bomb having to pivot all the way back now. The low HP on ZTR puts this round already into question.
Level pegging throughout, huh? 6-6 on the half. Now just pairs of rounds being exchanged and looking to separate themselves now are UNiTY. Looking to pick themselves up what would be a disruptive third.
I think because of the clean nature for GamerLegion, or cleanish, residual buy definitely available.
It's just a question of if they actually have a voice in this round now. With the low HP, it certainly feels like UNiTY should have it.
Does Blogus put... Oh, he's actually started to edge out of temple. So he's transitioning to the big box and...
Oh, world class. That's perfect. Blogus smokes them off, and as long as he's holding this smoke, or at least getting the info safely, we are set for success and for UNiTY.
Oh.
Yeah.
That shows you right there that there's a lot of questions for UNiTY in terms of what's open, where could GamerLegion have leaked through. Levy will have the incendiary from Donut. Even if Blogus goes down, he can delay the plant.
Considers the boost. CTR does clear him out. Good adjustment. Doesn't peek into the AWP, but Volt does bring him down. Hard clear. Does go for Levy. Slen just retreating now with his AWP on his back. Looking to try and bring that into the next. No one's going to be able to reach him in time.
Counter-terrorists win.
So UNiTY do post their 9th.
Okay, well, this one's starting to smell like overtime. I know we're still quite a ways away from there, but it would be nice to see them lock horns back and forth down the stretch, because elimination for one of these two teams, the major dream will be coming to a close. The heartbreak of what could have been. Still would have been a long journey back. We find ourselves in the 0-2 bucket of teams after losing their best of ones on day 1. Now it's about sweeping all the way back through the competition with 3 consecutive best of 3s, and then maybe more, because only 7 teams from each of the EU RMRs will have an opportunity. We'll have to see how all of that shakes out come the final day of play.
You want my prediction?
Okay.
Vitality, MOUZ, Cloud9, Saw, Na'Vi, Fnatic, FaZe.
You did that very quickly?
Yeah, because I just read from the top to the until the cutoff.
Oh, okay.
But that's
okay.
actually how I think it looks.
Fair enough.
If it's the most open and shut RMR of all time,
which yesterday was.
Yeah, if the trend continues, the only kind of additional question marks are: does Falcons find form? Obviously, these underdogs that are going to be trying to fight to see if they can continue to disrupt this reverse sweep that's demanded of them. Oh, Blogus. A free frag again. Flammers blocked in the smoke. Nice attempt from Torsten. If he gets a second, they are cooking with gas. One underneath him, one donut. Not a comfortable fight. Turns his back on Mikey, just underneath him.
Oh, Mikey's on an island. There's no B pressure to help him. They're not pushing cave. They're not pushing ramp. Mikey, this is a very tough position now.
Levy's staying active on the angle, but Slen will clear. Bloody hell. Mikey, another death without contribution.
Yeah, it just feels if you're going for that, you also need the follow-through from your B players.
Right.
And there was nothing close. Now it's coming. Now it's activating. Now GamerLegion have the number advantage. They can turn the screws within the mid-rounds. Levy again on his own towards A. Can he be the man to stall this out? AK in hands and sprawling across middle are GamerLegion.
God, Levy's got his work cut out for him, hasn't he?
I do like the fact he's pushed into A main, right? This is going to mean it opens up 180 degrees worth of angles they have to be worried about unless ZTR does exactly this. The red smoke has completely segregated any possible rotation. And Levy has continued to push. So now he can't even stop them on A.
Are we saving?
It feels like they should. It feels like they really should. Levy's going to have a look.
Pekin's going to start to search CT. Good flash. Good finds. Pekin and Levy, both with one.
Maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah, hang on, because now the Orcs in the open, still nailing shots is Slend. His second contribution, CTR now activates. And just a little bit of a appetizer. You know, they got the first couple, started feeling a glimmer of hope. So, of course, you start to commit. You'd feel stupid saving then, but it does result in what we were trying to avoid when discussing the save.
And then you take a look at the finances right now, and so will UNiTY as they take their second tactical timeout. The money, pretty dry. You could potentially get out of Mikey M4, but as we've been discussing, he's not finding much success. If anything, he continues to hemorrhage opening deaths. A tough time about this one. You consider where the loss bonus is currently at. Only 1,900 into the next round. It does look like they are shoving. So UNiTY, as we're all tied up 9-9, are looking to fully invest. MP9s, M4 for Mikey, as discussed, a Deagle, and a CZ75 in the hands of Blockdog. Makes a rare appearance.
You're a fucking beast, brother!
Should never have really gotten that close.
I think Flamus would be a fantastic teammate.
Unless you're losing.
Unless you're losing, because as we all know, the absence is felt. It's hard to be G'ing up your boys when you're down in the dumps.
They're pushing.
They are. Feeder charges through, can't track it. Oh god, ships in the night. CTR's taking up a heavy brunt of damage. And now we're tossing through the cave smoke. Complete jump scare for Feeder. Flamus onto Levy. Pekin tucks into heaven. This is a really confusing round. So the bomb's going A onto Mikey. Pekin catches the lurk cave. Now Flamus is under scrutiny. Mikey, what? Adjusts into Volt. Wallbang headshot from Slend. Bomb plant for Donut. Your teammate there and the opponent smoked off. This is looking great for GamerLegion. Despite Pekin and Mikey's contributions and important ones, how do you get back through this? I guess looking at Pekin, this A main flank is going to have nothing to report. They're going for the double donut.
And no kit on either of these two, so this is going to be very tough. They need to get a move on. Oh,
that's it. Flamus has won the round just with that one. Blogus gave it a good go, gets him to half HP, but Flamus, it feels like in a lot of these 50-50 duels that he's been taking with UNiTY, he's been coming out a lion's share of the time.
Yeah, well, 18 kills to his name, 17 for Slend. The two of them in combination are getting the job done. 10 rounds now for GamerLegion.
Bang.
3 rounds away. And because that was a full investment, the save from Pekin obviously means a lot, but it's only a Galil. The rest of his team will have to eco. You cannot justify the purchase now, and this is chaotic as all hell. How do you set up one Galil to look for a fight? He's actually going to take it to start over towards B. Red smoked off. Harass utility in mid for the CTs wanting to jump up Tetris to heaven. Good weapon for the job, and we've seen Levy look sharp in moments, but Slend is trained on the angle.
Flamus, perfect.
Crispy.
It's like he nodded. He was like, I agree. It was a crispy one. But as you discussed, it is really just eyes on how much damage you can do. Mikey's shadow spotted out, and Slend has that shot drawn from him by Mikey's moves. Look how many nades there are flooding into the site, making sure they're diligent about this. Blogus still has a little bit of a safe haven around that corner. But that's what the MAC-10 combined with the HE is for. Feeder.
Yeah, it looked like the nade was chasing him down.
Cleared out, exposed, and executed. Well played. Some diligent stuff here from ZTR and his crew.
Well, Pekin's come over, but now I don't know if he'll get to retain this Galil for the next round of play. 11, a certainty. Jesus, Slend. Okay. Boys.
They're not getting away with the orb.
We didn't have to do that, did we?
ZTR is not going to let that happen. Just wants to get it done, you know?
Yeah, but why is he going in first?
He really wants to get it done.
Yeah, the long nose of the orb. He jumps in with the dual Berettas. Yeah. Boys, I found him.
Yeah, the temple, actually. Well, this is getting dangerous now. This is getting highly uncomfortable for the UNiTY squad. They are just conceding 2 rounds away from elimination in last place at the Europe RMR.
Well, in case anybody wonders what comes up next, not only are we going to be wrapping up this series, I think maybe, and I don't know, I'm saying that the producer can let me know, we might be able to show the matchups for tomorrow.
Oh, yes, please. Maybe. We'll find out.
I should have said it with more conviction. I feel like it's definitely going to happen.
Definitely. Mikey couldn't believe his luck. Okay, we get the AWP out on Mikey. Is he just taking it for the spawn? Where's he going with that?
Well, maybe he's not happy with Bloggus' contributions.
Devi gets the donut. You're a player. And Mikey comes to join him. Safe route through. 3 players already walking A main, though.
Yeah, this is going to be rapid.
Ooh, Levy, yeah, he knows what's up. Molly on the toolbox. Flammer says, has he got past Mikey's scope? He doesn't understand that. Could be here. No, he's not aware at all. Mikey at least finds the trade, but the A site lost now. They're going to start to flood in. I actually take that back. It's
that's
a massive rotation.
That's one way to make sure you don't go down first. Make sure your teammate does. As
Torsen is the late piece on B. Maybe he's going to start to search it.
And the thing for Torsen right now is you want to have a look because your team needs to be a bit more informed. But also, if you go too far and you die, then your team loses all of the potential space. So it's a fine line that he's having to walk, as we can see no harm, no foul. There's not a single problem ahead of him as the rotation now swiftly made its way back over. Bloggus long side. Torsen's already crossed cave. Bloggus needs to be aware that's a possibility. He's currently here on his lonesome. What can he do?
What can he do? Vault. Ooh, not ready for that one. Deep clear. Torsen down after 1. Pecky gets away, just standing in the molly to deliver a frag that keeps them with a man advantage. No kit. Feeder. Ooh, tags up Slend. That all posted on Pekin though, and if he could bait the shot, this round is theirs. If Slend hits it, it's all up for debate. Now really uncomfortable for Slend from behind as well. Can't even bolt the sniper. Feeder, impactful double to make it just a 1-round game.
Damn, okay, so the back and forth maneuver from GamerLegion. They get in, they get the bomb down, but the post plan's troublesome for them. Yeah, you point out the lack of kit. UNiTY understood that they needed to get a move on. We're swift about the retake. That's the opener. There was the trade. And they get away with trouble as Mikey, looks like he's now donated the AWP back over to Bloggus. So rifles on the floor, now picked up and back and forth as both teams' finances, Alex, are arguably in the bin. Loss bonus, 1,900 either way. A very important round. GamerLegion could secure overtime at a minimum. UNiTY could break GamerLegion at this very moment.
It's a massive round for both teams. Looking about a boost here. My Mikey's going to be put up on the box. It's multiple fight from multiple fronts. Flammus gets across with the donut smoke to assist. It's actually, ooh, tip of his head spotted. Bloggus!
Oh.
Peeks in to Slend and is punished. And now Flammus, look at him, just hoovering up space. No fear in the world.
Oh.
Vault burrows in deep.
I don't know if they clear this. I don't think they clear it.
No. No way. He gets completely overlooked. Vault does go down to Feeder at least, but with the A anchor dead, it's red carpet. Roll down.
In my mind, this is essentially for the game. Feeder and Pekin need a massive 2v4. They need to pull some magic right now.
What can you do, though? Bombs at least coming their way. Makes it a little more interesting for Feeder. Smoke CT to confirm that. They're leaving. Forced away.
Yeah, and right now, the key man of Slend's still over towards B. If I'm ZTR, I'm making sure we have a very diligent hunt. I know they don't have the finances to do it, but if you absolutely wipe the board, as mentioned, only 1,900. That's all they'll have to invest with.
I mean, you've already got a very important OT at a minimum scoreline, but knowing that UNiTY will have some rifles, too, to be specific.
Ooh. Slend's acknowledging that. He's definitely heard those steps.
Going to be a whole lot more difficult.
Torsen can run towards spawn, but they're playing outside the B doors. Tough with how far the bomb's gone. and that's the type of crossfire you don't want to take. So keeping it safe are GamerLegion. UNiTY get to retain these rifles. The AK in the hands of Feeder, the A1S for Pekin.
Ja, åpne øynene.
You can see frustrations bubbling to the surface. Such a high-pressure game. Bloggers gets his chance on the AWP and sees that tip of the head of Flammers, and you can see how he just was kind of so focused on that. The flames obscuring perhaps Slend as well a little towards Heaven's side. It was not a comfortable or favorable fight for Bloggers to re-peek into. Now left to try and force overtime with what? An MP9. Not ideal. He's actually been quite successful fighting close to the elbow smoke with it. And Mikey, oh, some damage. Damage that they could profit off. Levy kept to 1. Feeder for survival. Trying to keep this man disadvantage temporary. Torsen gets the info. He's not scared whatsoever. And actually, the second man joins him. So now with Bloggers aware that ramp is a massive gap, ZTR's in CT spawn. That's what happens when you lose 2 mid players. You've got ZTR parking the bus. Feeder going looking. They are holding for this. Does well. Can he get away with his life? Feeder re-peeking, not advised. And on the jump up, Becky wasn't prepared, wasn't anticipating Torsen to be ready for him.
ZTR activating now. They are going to go B. Oh, I thought he was. I thought they were going to try and clamp down. If they try and go through Heaven, they're still going to have to get past Feeder. They know he's in cave.
Full util. Just going to walk in the flank. Feeder, oh, pokes his nose out. Slend gets caught out. Oh, Torsen fighting tooth and nail, but down to Bloggis in a 1v1 for your major hopes and dreams. Bomb loose, last seen lane. ZTR's not going to be anticipating this or hearing this. Bloggis with a very fast relocation. Now walk.
But he's going to get hurt in a minute.
What are you doing? Going so loud, so quick.
Yeah. It's just been communicated.
ZTR knows.
He should know.
He's going to peek him in the open with MP9.
Oh!
Bloggis stands up. Holds his nerve. Long range on the MP9. ZTR had everything he needed. A chance to survive. And instead, UNiTY keep it up for debate. Crazy round.
If we can get that from ZTR's perspective, I don't want to do him dirty, but how?
How, yeah.
How?
That's the question. I was assuming I was about saying GamerLegion eliminate you. It was at the tip of my tongue.
Bloody hell.
Oh, yep. Shake it off. Unlucky. GG. Let's go. Next round. Next round. Tactical pause.
Well,
also,
that's got to be the pressure, right? Mate.
He had the info. He didn't.
You had everything.
He had the rifle advantage and the info advantage.
Well, this can go overtime now. The buy is still better on the GamerLegion side of the server. Mac 10, and yeah, he was such a nuisance.
He was so problematic. It was such a high-pressure round, and you're still like poking in and out a cave, keeping them on their toes. That re-swing to catch Slend after everything you'd already done.
I say the buy's better. It's pretty damn equal, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're just going to try and finish them with a fast B.
Whoa, GamerLegion, that is a ballsy call.
But it's the full press. It's 3 starting B, 2 mid. This is a good setup for UNiTY.
See how they handle it. ZTR, first man in, best dressed. Bloggis, good find onto Slend. More required. ZTR and Flammers have opened up the side, but catching ZTR. Nades out Dinkin. Now more damage. It's up to Mikey and Levy. Now just Levy. 1 versus 2. And they just cut noise. Volt's not ready, but he still hits the headshot. Walks into the corner, and they will take down UNiTY in regulation. The final round of regulation, albeit.
Poor Ancient had it all, but survival